Eagles taking on the Gold Coast Suns here at Optus Stadium. We're into the third quarter. Suns need a victory for a chance at the finals, but let's take it down to the grounds with the commentators with the live action.
This is the money kick. They had to kick it to where we'd love to be.
Well, a lot of numbers back for Gold Coast. They got 5 loose inside 50 right now.
Wiggum sat down on Kelly's head. Rao pounced. Close he thought he had it. Kelly picked their pocket, gave it to Ryan. Wobbles once, beautifully delivered to Chua.
Again, it's just Kelly winning that ground ball. He's done that a few times tonight. Just a special player when that ball hits the ground. Did he mean that kick?
No.
Your own God, you know. Just about to wrap him up.
Well, it was the only
truth.
It was the only way they're going to take a mark inside 50. They had so many loose back there, Gold Coast.
Look, off the toe.
He was trying to kick it to a teammate, just not sure that was the right one. But you take it.
Fourth game for Tyrell Dewar. 1 goal career. To stop this run of 3 in a row for the Suns. Magnificent. Equal to the occasion there, the 20-year-old.
Tyrell Dewar, they call him Dewar as a nickname. Look, he does it well, and he looks like a classy mover. You see him here in the centre screen, leads up at the ball. Maybe we're not giving Liam Ryan enough credit, maybe, and when I say we, I mean me. He looked and he tried to do that. It didn't spin well, but I think he was trying to put it there, and it was a brilliant kick in the end and a great connection. Something they haven't been able to do as much as they would have liked this game, but West Coast get a much needed goal.
So they call him Dewar.
Yes, but it's a nickname.
Yeah, but surely, I mean, can he jump? I mean, Leaper would have been the nickname, wouldn't it? Dewar Leaper?
Yeah, that's very good from you, Dwayne, as usual. It's very rare that you're not very good, and that is very good.
From the ball up, Anderson caught, gang tackled, got a kick away. Race on, Sexton got there, Hunt was with him. Marek.
Still recovering from that.
We'll see if we can take a big mark. That'll be handy for all of us. Hunt's got it on the wing.
We've seen this a little bit from West Coast. Slower build-up. They're trying to work their way through it, but it allows Gold Coast to get some numbers back here. It's a poor kick.
Who's going to leap? Everyone looks around it. Oh, Dewar Leaper on cue.
Not sure how that fell into his hands.
He read the script. It's wide. Hits the deck. Oh. Lloyd Johnson the other way. Ugly kick. On the full. So Witherden will have a rare shot at goal here, unless he wants to give it to the debutant.
He's Clay Hall. He's pointing to him.
Well, he wants to give it to Clay Hall, and the umpire said, no, it's yours.
He's still open, Clay Hall.
119 games for Alex Witherden. 8 goals. 1 this year. Doesn't bend that enough. It's a banana that had no bend at all. Behind. Huge game for the Suns this. They can keep their finals hopes alive. Damien Harwick knows how big this is. First season as coach.
It's just a great, to get an away win, that's obviously been the big story this year for the footy club. To get an away win, and you spoke about off the top, Will, it's a mental thing. They need to get through it.
Harley Reid, little push off to True. Darling's under that. Newland with the big swipe to the back, but really worked. Jake Williams. Superb.
That's it. Momentum's everything, really, isn't it? Right now, West Coast have got it. You've got to get some score on the back of it. We'll just have a look at that spoil here coming in. Just didn't quite get enough on it. He tried the right thing to spawn to the boundary line. He just didn't get enough purchase, and it just sat nicely for him in the end. It was a beautiful snap. He spoke about this kick. That's the second, don't argue, or broken tackle that he's had this quarter. Geez, he's good to watch when he's on side like that.
Jack Williams, he's 198 centimetres. He as well. I know the ball pops up there for Jack Williams, but this is the little stuff that I keep saying. Every single game he does something. So he's almost 200 centimetres tall. He ran onto that like a small forward and snapped truly. That was a really nice finish from a developing player.
Yeah, get on the bandwagon now while you can. Jack Williams. Will Schofield, seat 1A. Has been for a while, and we'll get a restart.
Well, Harley's been the man this quarter around these stoppages.
Side by side with the number 1 possession getter in the comp this year, Sam Flanders. Kelly looked up, says, I'll go myself, thanks. Out wide, Darling Powell. Darling almost let him get it, and he dropped it. Crowd roaring. Big game for the Eagles as well, this. Win, and they can avoid the wooden spoon. Lose, and they're vulnerable for a spoon. One of Richmond and North Melbourne will win tomorrow and could jump above the Eagles. 16th right now. 3 wins, 16 losses for the West Coast Eagles, and Jared Schofield wants a win as a coach. Downfield.
2 downfields.
Okay, so a double downfield. Andrews free and Powell and Harley Reid resume hostilities.
There was a couple of hits off the ball there late for West Coast. There's the first one.
Or the second one.
Andrew turns and goes. He's been the star of the show. Cole, content to see it out. Thought there was a bit of front-on contact in that marking attempt, but he probably had a case.
Yeah, well, there was. If that's the other way around, that's a free kick to a forward every day of the week. Dwayne, the backmen don't get looked after in this league.
I like the fact that you're supporting them, Will.
Someone's got it.
Yeah, absolutely. Back into play. Wits with the fist. Williams kind of knew where it was going, and then he kicked it into 08.
He's going to be smarter there, Bailey Williams. He got a bit of a shove, but Witsy's got foaming at the mouth there. Yeah, Bailey Williams is probably just going to take it out, doesn't he? Get pushed out and boundary throw in, not a shot on goal here.
Yeah, 6th season for Bailey Williams. Been around a while for a guy in game 69. They picked 35 from 2018. Carrying the load. Benlong. Got that working. But not working enough. It stayed in the field of play. Need to be alert. Closey was there. And that's out of play. Humphrey took it out. There is Jared Schofield searching for the victory. A very winnable game to strut his coaching staff against his old premiership teammate at Port, Damien Hardwick. Back into play. Wits, clever deflection. Sexton wasn't on the same page. Long was. Jeffrey. Harley Reid hassles him to the line.
Well, if only Sexton was on the same page, we would have been looking at 2 of the best over-the-back hit-outs this quarter from Wits. Let's just watch this one again to see if he wants to get someone else wrapping around the back.
Williams got to the front, double-handed pat down, missed his target. Harley Reid, he is the alpha male at the moment. He just struts his stuff beautifully.
The alpha dog is
he is. It's a delight to see. He is the real thing. I mean, the hype obviously was huge, but he has had an amazing season.
He has not let us down.
Yeah, he might not win the Rising Star, but he's the Rising Star. Yeah. To the back. Duggan went off the carpet. Dewar, little pad out. Wits, Graham, held a little too long in the tackle. Umpire said keep going. Jeffrey shrugged and went. Out wide. Big ball to win. King can't quite win it. That's a good battle, those two. 2 of the stars of the competition. One maybe the chance to win the Coleman.
Well, it didn't start that way, did it? Harry Edwards had the job on Ben King, and he's out of the game now. So Jeremy McGovern, he's a very good one-on-one player, Jeremy McGovern, even though he intercepts a lot.
And shrugged Andrew, went inside to Humphrey. Lukosius coming back the other way. Hall, a little brush off. From the debutant of the crowd, loved it. Off hands, Jeffrey. Caught by Duggan, who let him go. It was a little weird, catch and release.
Well, it's the tackling now. You don't want to slam the play into the ground.
All part of the grand plan. They've got it. And they give it back. Newland. It's gone up at here. Harley Reid running around. Matt. Meet Harley. Harley. Meet Matt.
Well done, both boys.
It's probably picked the only player on the ground that held up in that tackle there, Ali Reid.
He has the most tackles in the AFL this year, Matt Rowell.
So not the man to take on.
No. Normally it's the grass.
I still like the fact that he took him on.
Normally it's the grass. Pre-game, Matt Rowell. Let's hope he didn't eat much tonight. They can't really afford to lose much here. It's been a struggle all year. Although it does look pretty good surface tonight as Dewar sees it out.
Perhaps a little glazing would go nicely, Dwayne. It has been, it's been poor, the surface, but it has improved over the last month. But you can still see when it gets slippery, it's a really slippery surface.
Here he is, Rowell on cue. Third down by Duggan. He is a bull. Matt Rowell.
He's at the 5 possessions this quarter already. 5 of those have all been contested.
Andrew with that reach, and against him, Jack Williams. Darling, nearly. Cripps. Collins, he got a kick away. Scrambled it away. Powell. Jeffrey. Some important possessions that puts them out of play on the full. Much good crowds tonight.
Good pressure at the moment. Good pressure from both teams at the moment. The game's actually really gone up a notch as far as how hard they're going at it. Love some reward here for West Coast.
Williams wide, G. Ryan went up. Now look at that. What about that to Dewar? That was spectacular from Oscar Allen. Outside of the boot, could have gone for home. His peripheral vision was awesome.
That was, you just saw his eyes go, didn't you, Oscar Allen? And we talked about Liam Ryan maybe not meeting that one inside a little while ago. Well, that was every bit meant by Oscar Allen. That's class.
He knows it too. He's just looking at himself on the big screen.
Is that right?
Knew it was good.
It's full up over.
Dewar does the job for him. It's a one-kick game.
It's great to see that teammates getting around him. He's clearly well liked at the footy club. It's a big contest here from West Coast. Liam Ryan goes too early, doesn't he? But the ball out the back, that's what kills defences. If you let the footy out the back, you open yourself up to second efforts like this from Oscar Allen, and he had no thought at all for a goal. He looked for a teammate as soon as he got it. That's a captain-like action. One would be kicking a goal from the boundary, but very secondary would be finding a teammate inside, which he did.
Just have a look at here, the last 10 goals. It's a nice little spread there at the moment, but fantastic for West Coast. But it's the clearance work, and Diva spoke about half-time. Even though Gold Coast got back on top, this quarter it's West Coast again.
Yeah, fantastic response.
There we go.
Yo, out the front, down the spine. Darling got there, Hewland with him. Dewar. He looked around to see what was around him just in case the ball popped for him, but the ball didn't pop for him. But 3 goals in a row to the Suns. And then 3 goals in a row to the Eagles in response. The fight back has been magnificent. Yo, big part of it. Skips it. Ballard. Good drop step. Worked his way into space. It's wide. Lukosius crashed it to the boundary and will get a ball in.
Well, they didn't intercept at that time, West Coast, but from 5 forward half intercepts this quarter, they've scored 3-1. So they're getting their intercept going the Eagles, which means they're set up well wide on the footy, and then they're connecting back inside for scores.
Umpire decided not to pick a free kick out of that hole by both. Rowell, another clearance. It's toward the wing. Wasn't it? Put it to grass. Spent that before it earned it. And now there's trouble. Hunt mopped up his mess. Handed it out. Harvey Johnston. Jack Williams into space. Colin! And that can take the lead here.
They're just vice grip hands. I thought he may have overshot the kick. I thought he was looking for Cripps. I thought it was a bad one in the end. Ended up with 2-on-1. When you're one of the best contested marks in the competition this year, you just pass it to him. Doesn't matter where he is, because he's taking everything.
And kicking straight. got one straight tonight. He's got 45-17 for the season. Just pulled in the book when it's in his hands.
There's an ugly kick. Straight through the middle.
And they lead by 2 points.
Spoke to Jake Waterman during the week about this. Jack Darling has been huge for him. Jack Darling has said, you fly at everything possible this year. I'm going to hold blokes down. I'm going to block for you. You're the man. No, Josh Kennedy, of course, Oscar Allen missing for a huge part. And the man he has been, Jake Waterman, and he is flying at everything, which I think he's done for a little while now, but he is clunking everything. He just doesn't look like dropping it, and such a dangerous forward now.
It's always nice to have a laugh when you know you've dropped the ball very poorly and it's gone through, somehow gone through.
Could still win the Coleman. Jake Waterman, they could still win this game.
This is the game. This is the game right here. Sorry, Graham. This is the game right here. It's the clearance game. West Coast dominated first quarter. Gold Coast got back on top. Now it's West Coast again in this quarter.
That pressure. You've got to bring pressure. It doesn't matter who you're playing with. If you're West Coast, lowly West Coast, or if you're home or away, you need to bring pressure in this game at the moment. Gold Coast aren't.
Have not won an away game this season. The Suns are in danger of losing another. Ballard buys himself some time. Flanders flicked it wide. Sexton with the overlap run. He's been sent back again, Sexton and Graham. Couple of bounces with the speed. Eat my dust. Goes inside. Great kick. Holman. 1, 2, 3. Lukosius feeds it out into some space. Swallow. Kick around the body. Fiorini into a good spot. King. It found him and he found it.
This is the one now, Graham. He's been leaning back on his set shots from about 30 out. Kick it like you're going to kick it 55.
Well, this can't be the one, Moons. He's 15 metres out, mate, in front of goal.
Those are the ones he's been missing. You just got to kick through it, take your body through the ball.
He's back.
Good boy.
Got his mojo back, Ben King.
So the matchup's been moved. Jeremy McGovern playing on Ben King now with no Harry Edwards, who looked to have the task early. And you just read it better here. Then you can see it. Put his arm in, got set up early, read the drop of the footy, which I think he does really well. It's an underrated part of his game. He reads it early. He knew where that was landing. You could see he just protected that space with his hand. Kicked through the footy, Moons, which you're very happy with. And that was a much-needed goal to the Gold Coast Suns.
It's just a horrible place to be when you're the number one key forward. You feel like you're letting your teammates down when you're missing those easy goals. You can just see his reaction there. A little bit of a yell. You can just see how much it meant to him.
Suns back in front. Wentz with a knockdown. Duggan with a little knockback. The Williams direction. True. Wrapped up.
Matty Rowell, it's underrated, but he just wrapped that tackle up. There's no way Eagles play could get through it.
Almost got his own ball there as well. Swallow. Little toe poke to his own advantage and the advantage of Lloyd Johnston, but it'll be the Eagles with a clearance. Yo out wide. Fritz. The crowd roaring again. They can take the lead back here, the Eagles. Wide. Allen. Knocked to the boundary. Ball in.
So I'd like to see that go a little bit straighter. I know you've got Oscar Allen out there, one of your best players. I reckon if you look down the middle, it would have been a better target.
Yeah, Jack Williams and Jake Waterman.
Put him under enormous pressure going through the middle of the ground. Don't go out wide.
The two premiership teammates coaching against each other. Looks like Damien Harwick headed downstairs for three-quarter time. Powell to Anderson. Chip kick is good. Lukosius. Having a good night at the office. Swallow, heads wide. Long. Turns. Goes. Central ball. Over the back. Closely about the pounce. Ball got there. Ryan. Poise. This is the kick though. They've got the wall set up. Well was part of the wall. Huge ball to win. Toe poke Waterman. Sexton. Rao. And the wall wins. Anderson. Pulls the kick late. Heads wide. Long. One grab. Not the second. Holman. Fend off. Dance. Gave the long. Took the long way home. brilliance.
Well, you spoke about the wall, Dwayne, you're spot on. They just could not get that ball out of their back half, West Coast. Repeat inside 50s. It's just great effort from both of these boys here. What a fantastic finish off one step. Even though West Coast, you feel like West Coast had the momentum. We spoke about that kick going inside 50 to Oscar Allen, just probably wide, just lost their momentum with that inside. A couple of minutes later, Gold Coast go down and get one. Huge goal for them just before three-quarter time.
We saw the pressure gauge a little while ago, but it feels like in the last 5 minutes it's just shifted again. Gold Coast have lifted in the contest and they've won those one-on-ones and they've won the battles, and it shows on the scoreboard.
So win tonight, the Suns, and their last 3 games. They'll finish the season, home and away season, with 13 wins, and 12.5 got you in last year. Win this, their season well and truly alive to be finalists for the first time in club history. Yet to play finals. It's their 14th year in the AFL, the Suns. And Rao, who's been epic, does turn it over this time. Hoff in the hole. They won 9 games last year, the Suns. They've won 9 coming into tonight. They can grab a 10th. Flick over the top. 10 wins is the most they've ever had in club history. Reed tried to not argue, and he got an argument from Powell.
It's a great arm tackle. They would have worked on that during the week too. Trying to tackle the fend off, grab the arm, bring him down.
It's the pack. Andrew went with the knockdown instead of taking possession. Jimby, Darling. Weller, out of play was a win for him. And he's looked okay. It's his 3rd game back after the knee Rico in July last year. Lockie Weller. They've got some poise back there.
It was a big hit on Jimby.
Yeah.
It was a fair one. He was giving a handball. Really important 5 minutes coming up.
Swallow, speaking of experience, most games by any player in the history of AFL, VFL without a final. David Swallow. He wants finals this year. Closey, Hoff, stripped. Witherden, back to Hoff. Didn't really shepherd him that well after giving it to Witherden. Got it away, and great mark by Jeffrey.
Done some good things tonight, Jeffrey.
Game's gone up a gear or 2 in his 3rd term. Sets it up in hope. Lukosius got up there. Jimby right with him. Long. Flanders. Top of the square. Fiorini beaten for it by Jack Williams. Oh, there's a hold. That hurts. And the crowd show their displeasure.
We'll see this on the replay. You'll have to watch his eyes, because you saw him go to look at the man. He ends up with the mark, but does he grab the jumper when he does it? The umpire thinks so. The crowd, as you can hear,
Do not.
think not. Let's look. That's not a hold, unfortunately, Moons. And anyone watching on home, that is not a hold. That is body positioning at its finest, and that is a poor decision.
Umpire got sucked in with the overreaction.
Is he faking?
Back into the lineup. This week, Braden Fiorini. He drills it. This is evolving into a classic.
You certainly watched this one, Moons, and I think you and I both had the same reaction. It looks like a hold. The way it chipped across the face of goal here. Jack Williams' eyes, you can see them. But it's just, it's actually nowhere near a hold. It's such a hard game to umpire at times, but when decisions like that happen at the top of goal squares, it does get frustrating for those watching along at home, but that's how it goes. And it goes both ways as well, so this isn't going to decide the game, but that one's not quite right. It's a really good mark in the end, if you're going to call it. It's a really good mark.
Eagles played a fantastic 3 quarters last week. In essence, have lost that derby. They've been brilliant again tonight. Huge quarter and 3 minutes to come. Duggan looks behind as he decided to saddle up Flanders. Ball flung in the air. Wicks again with the reach and the experience. Anderson, another clearance to his name. Little bounce. His inside 50 kicks have been poor this year. It's been the 1-4 in his game. He's top 10 in the AFL for inside 50 kicks that don't hit targets. Yo spears it down the line beautifully. Kelly gets and goes. Heads out wide. Darling could go for home. He loads up across the face. Williams got the fly. Almost a second grab. Kelly caught meat and sandwich. Ball up.
Well done, Jared Weirds. Had to go back hard there and got a fist in.
Flung in the air. Wicks with the palm down. Jewett got there. Kick around the body from Johnston. Marked by Ballard.
It's on some nice one-on-ones with Waterman, even though Waterman's taken some beautiful big contested marks. It's been a good contest between the two.
Pumps it out wide. Swallow. Great hands.
Good mark. Yeah, that was the fourth intercept mark to Charlie Ballard. It's been a great contest with Jake Waterman. He's had him all night. 2 goals to Waterman.
Not the required. Told to go. Crowd roaring. Flanders didn't hear it. Close in. Anderson. Humphrey. Bangs it away in hope. Long couldn't get there. Witherden does. Hands it up for the 1-2 with Harvey Johnston. Witherden on the back pedal. Williams got there. Crashed it down. Duggan around his body. Darling front spot. Lays the tackle on Jeffrey. Was that a kick? Absolutely not.
It was a drop kick. Unfortunately, that didn't count.
Darling looks up. Pulls the kick late. Delightful. That is cleverness and precision. And this is massive.
Huge
1
going.
minute left when this kick travels. Liam Duggan back into the lineup. Gets his moment here.
Is he a goal kicker, Will?
Well, this is a captain's moment, Moons. Look, he's played his best footy as a backman, so I won't comment on the goal kicking.
14 goals in 176 games. 1 so far this year. They don't get it through. Wicks knocks it through in the end.
Just swung the wrong way, didn't it? Just got to keep the ball in here. Keep it in your half. Try and get another couple of inside 50s if you can. Put them under enormous pressure here just before 3/4 time.
Weller. 3-on-3 on the wing. Dewar, hands and knees, flicked it out. King. That looked like it was a throw from here. Umpire said, keep going, boys. Johnston. Ryan plucks it, gets it, flicks it. Dewar dragged down, made an attempt. Play on. Kelly through the traffic nicely. Hoff. Yo. He's got friends. Carl. Tapped it to his own advantage. Thumps it. Goal square. Waterman got the fly. Darling with the crumb. Hands it up. Crimps. Well, gee, the crowd lifted the volume to 11. And Darling cuts it off. They're inspired right now, the Eagles. Hands it over. Hoff. Waterman. They're going to go off. Listen to that.
Gotta get a review here, Ollie. It's a goal. Not perfect. But what about the pressure? We spoke about that pressure game a bit earlier. But Darling, we spoke about Darling's game tonight. He's just been everywhere. His work rate has been phenomenal. To get that intercept, to give them another chance, and Waterman with a great finish by.
Three-quarter time, the stage is set. 11-4-70, 12-7-79. The Suns' finals chances on the line in the next 30 minutes. Do not go anywhere.
We see the parts you need to fix your...
All right, there we are. There we are. 3/4 time over at Optus Stadium in Perth. And that's the Gold Coast Suns, 12-7-79, leading the West Coast Eagles, 11-4-70. Welcome in, Chris. Hey, Becky Boodle, go Pies. Go Pies. You're not wrong. It's been a tough year, but yeah, Pendles is he's just one of the superstars, isn't he? I think they're pretty well forecasting him as the best Collingwood player ever. You know, so to reach 400 games, and it looks like he could play on for another 2 to 3 years, easy. So let's hope. I'll definitely be watching. That is one. I'll be going nowhere tomorrow night. I will definitely be watching that game. He's hit a purple patch. He certainly has. Waterman. He's going all right, Chris. He's going all right. Let's have a look. I tell you what. Must be whether it's the new coach for the Eagles. They've come out with a bit of grit, bit of fire, a bit of sting. They're looking pretty good. They look pretty sharp. They did look the better side in that third quarter. Although that's the only quarter I've watched tonight, have this game so far. But anyway, let's have a look. Who we got there? We've got Sam Flanders there leading the disposals with 24 disposals. 9 kicks, 15 handballs. Noah Anderson, 23 for the Suns. Tim Kelly. Tell you what, Tim Kelly's not a bad pick up there for the Eagles. He's going really well. Elliot Yeo, 17. He's a good one. JJ, how many disposals did Harley get so far? Well, we're going to have a little bit of a look at that. Harley Reid is on 12 so far. There he is right there. 12 disposals. He's had 2 kicks, 10 handballs. He's had 1 mark, 3 tackles, 2 clearances. No scores, but I tell you what, he's brought some fire. He played like a little bit of an angry man in that one. I tell you what, he's a tank. He's pretty impressive, Harley Reid. Watch out for him in the next couple of years because he's going to be one of the standout players. With Nick Dacos for sure. He's a star. But yeah, he's only had 12, so hopefully he'll have a big final quarter, and that could just about bring the Eagles home because the Eagles do look sharp. They just dropped off there for a few minutes, the Eagles, and the Suns got a couple of late ones. Waterman there though, Chris's favourite. He's had 11 disposals. He had 7 kicks for 3 goals, 4 handballs, 4 marks, 1 tackle. He looks good. He looks like he's back in form. David Swallow there, just the 10 touches. He's having a slow one for the Gold Coast Suns. Who else have we got there? Anyone else? Where's Benny King this week? Benny King there, just for the Gold Coast Suns. 7 disposals. He's had 6 kicks for 2 goals, 3. I think last time we watched him play, he had the yips. He just couldn't kick straight, and it's looking a little bit like that again tonight. 2 goals, 3. So I'll tell you what, it was a little bit like Hugel Hagen from the Dogs tonight. He had the yips as well. He was a little bit ordinary in his kicking, but he had a super game. Let's have a look at the goal scorers while we wait for the commentators to come back in just... How long have we got? A minute. There we go. Jakey Waterman, 3 straight goals with Ben Long, 3 straight, and McAndrew, 3 straight. Now, I think McAndrew was the first goal scorer of the match, if anyone was interested in that. Ben King, 2 goals, 3. There we go. Mr. Yips, he got the yips. 2 goals, 3. DY, he's got a couple with Allen, and of course, singles to Witts, Williams, True, Marrick, Graham, Fioroni, Darling, and Anderson. All right, so that's who we're looking for. Darling and Warden to have a big last quarter. And will they bring the Gold Coast Suns home? There we go. Where's that ladder? Because I'm just having a look at the live ladder. Of course, West Coast are down there in 16th. Do they want to win or do they want to lose? And North Melbourne and Richmond hopefully will win a game. Put them down the bottom and get a draft pick. But the Gold Coast Suns, so far, they're leading this, and the live ladder says they'll be up to 40. We're hoping for the Pies, Becky, tomorrow night. I'm 40. They'll go up to 44. They'll be still probably a game outside of the 8, because you'd probably think Hawthorn would win. They're going pretty well at the moment. Anyway, we're going to get back down to the ground. Let the commentators take over for the last quarter. Let's have a fantastic last quarter. Don't forget to vote who you think will win, Eagles or Suns. Let's go Eagles. Come on.
It's on the back of this man right here. Matt Rowell needs to keep going.
Oh, look, he's been a tough bull, hasn't he? He's gone head-to-head with Yo and Harley Reid for most of the night. He's been exceptional. 17 possessions, 12 of those contested, 6 clearances, 8 tackles. That's just the Matty Rowell that we've come accustomed to, in all honesty. But we just have a look. They just worked hard at West Coast to felt that quarter in the end. They got up in clearances again. I've spoken about that for most of the night. Ground ball gets, hard ball gets. They won most of those. And can they do it for another quarter?
Trusted Jack Williams in the ruck, the Eagles against Witts. Final term underway. Witts a little pat down. Rowell was half held. Reid, Yo. What a combo they've become. Little roller. Sexton. Witts. Hands it off. Little bump on Graham. Knocked by Ryan. Got it to Cripps. Got it back. Brilliant. Harley Reid with the strength. Back to Yo again. Kick smothered. Intensity high. Harley's got it. Powell has him.
Gold Coast have made their sub just tactical, so Joel Jeffrey subbed out, Malcolm Roses on.
Can kick a goal or two, Malcolm Roses. And maybe they're going to need a few. Anderson, leave a slung, and he had an arm free. Same true, had him wing tackle. I have been paying a few of those holding the ball if you don't make an attempt with an arm free. Williams and Witts. And there you go, there's the noise of affirmation from the fans that don't believe that was a Witts free.
Just pure strength there from Witts. Just threw him around a little bit.
Long front spot, great hands. He has position A on Hoff.
Done that a couple of times tonight.
A couple of big contested marks.
Weller. Launches King, McGovern.
It's just courage from McGovern, just to stand where he stands, knowing that that's where the ball is going to drop. I'm going to come off my man and take a big uncontested mark, big intercept mark.
He had eyes like dinner plates, knowing it was his ball. Handoff is nice to Duggan from Allen. Looks around. There in his vapor trail. Hands it off to Ryan. Heads to goal on a Waterman. We couldn't let that go. Glad he didn't fumble it. Jake Waterman will kick it from the line.
You don't let those go.
Well, we haven't seen that all night. Fast breaking, running footy from West Coast. Liam Duggan, the man this time, but that's a real change in affairs for West Coast from what we've seen so far.
For his fourth.
Well, Duggan, hasn't he been fantastic tonight? Just come back into this team and just given them absolutely everything. He's had the 18 possessions, but that run down the wing here, just taking him on, rallying to see, just didn't have the legs. The coach didn't quite have the legs. But a great little handball. He's got a little bit of 50-50 here, Brian, I thought. But I'll half pass it, half have a shot. Hopefully he'll let it go for me, but when you're in that position, you take the mark.
Three straight last week, Jake Waterman. He's got 4 straight tonight. He's got 48-17 for the year. 48-17. No wonder he's worth a little couple of extra coins in the contract. Kick around the body. Game on. Off.
I like this bloke's game tonight.
He's been good all year. Learned Brady Hoffey. He's going to be a really good player.
Long's got him a couple of times with some contested marks, but I think he's been courageous the way he's come off. Got himself into the play.
And a fantastic captain's game so far from their co-captain, Liam Duggan. Heads long. Darling can't get there. Howell stood his ground.
That was spinning front ways, that one.
Newland.
And West Coast are 3 goals from defensive 50 chains tonight, which is a pretty high number. That last one from Duggan, one of those goals.
Suns like it in Bodie's hands. He goes long. Andrew can't get the jump. McGovern went, but he left it behind. Trouble. Rowell put his head down. Anderson, a floater, drifts over heads. Holman, Hall, boundary. Ball in. Jared Schofield searching for a win. Damien Harbeck searching for the victory that'll keep their finals chances alive. They win this and win out rest of the season. They could be in the finals for the first time, the Suns. From the knockdown, Hall does well, the debutant. Wobbles up to the wing, and who's going to get there first? Little knockout power. Got it to Ballard. Under the hammer, Sexton. Wentz, who's been fantastic.
Jack Williams against him right now. It was impressive in the last quarter, Jack Williams, but it's going to another level.
It's long. I've got King from 3 deep. Humphrey wrapped up by Witherden, and Crocodile rolled him to tackle, so he didn't get his back. Brilliant tackle from Witherden.
West Coast have sorted themselves out in the back half. In the second half of this game, McAndrew not a factor like he was in the first.
Big pack around at Rao. Knocked it out. Bang! Cut him in half, did Long on Jinby. Long again. Rao again. Through the traffic. Hands up to Weller. All the experience in the world. And this is...
Rao's the one that's just going to drag them over the line, isn't he? His loose ball gets, hard ball gets. Doesn't matter what it is. He just wills himself to every contest. McGovern would be filthy. He dropped that one a few minutes ago.
To Witherden. To McGovern. Duggan's under it. Ball falls to the back. Jack Williams playing a role. 2-on-1. Hewlin. Ballard. Waterman corralled him. Fiorini. He's been good in his return game. Out wide. Graham. Harley Reid. Just not taking candy past that baby.
Cut him off.
Marrick on the rebound.
Massive overlap here.
To Cripps. He's got Darling inside. And then Darling is crunched from front on. Free kick.
Just a cramp for Harley Reid behind the play. Don't get too carried away, West Coast fans. But again, it's a transition goal for West Coast off the back of that Harley Reid tackle. I shouldn't say goal on you. It's a transition movement that resulting in a shot on goal. Probably should have been 50 metres.
One of their all-time greats.
He's had a very good night.
Game 295. Wow. Can you believe that?
Huge goal to be putting West Coast into the lead there. Has to kick that, Jack Darling.
Suns still by 3 points. And they have dodged a huge bullet there.
It's a good call on Witsy too early, Will. He's really stepped up, particularly early in this quarter.
It's been amazing, given that he missed 3 games with a fractured back. Since coming back, it's been fantastic. As Witsy. Swallow.
There he is.
Matty Rao. Still fighting the fight. To Sexton. Poke pass. King. Oh, this will hurt. Darling missed down one end. If King can put it through at this. And Ben King can kick his third. And no need to tell Suns fans. He came into this game, Ben King, with the yips. He kicked 1 of his 8 shots coming into tonight.
Kick it like you're kicking from 50. Just kick through the ball.
He's kicked 2 of 3 tonight. He started with the 3 behinds. Now got 2 goals in a row. And that is a work of art.
Well, you go back to Matty Rowell again, and we're constantly talking about this kid. But just the way that he gathered, got that ball out, but this beautiful pass in there from Sexton, but nice hands. But these are the kicks over the last couple of weeks that he's been missing. Just see Rowell there again. These are the kicks he's been missing. He's been really struggling for that one in front, 20, 30, 40 metres out. He's been leaning back on them, stabbing at them. That was just a big, beautiful finish.
Look at the technique. He just goes back and he kicks through it. That's what you've been asking for, Moons. And this is what you need from your big key forward in edges in front of Jake Waterman again in the Coleman medal.
Talk about that Darling miss. God, that hurts, doesn't it?
Yeah. Round held by Yo. Umpire was right there. Free kick.
He's put the club on his shoulders in there. Right?
To their bull. Heads inside 50. Jimmy. Front spot. Position A on the coaches.
They've been really impressive tonight. Ruben Jimby is a full-time backman now. He's been there since Schofield took over as coach, and just really like how he plays there. And it just looks, he looks better coming at the footy there, does Ruben Jimby.
It's wide. Bouncing ball. Allen kept it alive. A floater. Yo used his body. Round wide with him. Darling. Wobbles it forward. Will it stay in for Allen? It doesn't. Ball in. They can reset.
Jack Darling's game has been probably his best of the year. Best I've seen. Competitive. Always in the contest. Second, third, fourth efforts.
He knows he owes them one. Yo, he tried to milk that little high. And he got it.
No, I think the umpire was saying you've lifted your elbow. Yeah.
Crowd voicing their displeasure at that not being given. Handoff is good. Harvey Johnson. Wide. Hewlin. Huge fist. And just got it out.
You can feel the tension at the moment. Gold Coast with everything on the line, their season on the line. West Coast trying to build something special.
Williams took it away. True, kept it alive. Ryan! Look out! Look out! Big finish coming.
Well, there we go. You need a special moment, West Coast fans. That's it. This is great stuff from Zane True to keep that in play. And the man standing waiting to deliver was Liam Ryan. We saw one down there with McAndrew called out of bounds. That was pretty close to him, but he keeps it in. And Liam Ryan just keeps West Coast in it. This is a great game of footy. We love watching it. It's been a contested game and big moments at either end.
It's just smart forward craft. He just kept his width. He just tread water, back, found his space, got the handball. It was a great finish. Have a look at the live ladder here. Just Gold Coast, they're not far off it, are they?
And North Melbourne and Richmond down the bottom. West Coast can essentially avoid the spoon if they win this. Those two teams play tomorrow, Richmond and North. One of them will win. And the volume's gone up. And the umpire says, I'll have it back. And the crowd has turned it up to 12 right now. 12 minutes and 10 seconds. Will the Suns season be alive or dead tonight? Yo with the scramble. Rolled it 4 metres. Tied off the dead by Kelly. Desperation. Got it to half forward. Crowd screaming for free to Cripps. Umpire says, I'll have it.
Important tackle by Ryan Marrick there. Gold Coast were away.
And the flick down. Anderson. One way. Marrick the other. Scoops it out to Closey. Little delay. Got to Fiorini. Caught. Dump.
Free kick.
Free kick. And umpire show some poise here. Just the
Common
3
sense.
50.
Yeah, that was common sense. Seen them paid before 50 metres.
Anderson. Eagles have led a couple of times tonight.
He's got Witsy here. Witsy's pushed hard forward.
Suns have led for the majority of it. Witsy got there. Edged out legally by Harvey Johnston. Put his body on the line. Dewar, Williams, Closey, Kelly, little tap. Jack Williams. Umpire says no throw. Anderson says no. That's almost 50. Yo says no. Hits to the pocket. To Ornament. He takes a breath. The crowd head toward the edge of their seat. This is the moment for the lead back. Suns fans have seen this movie before. They're watching this like every Suns away game through a pillow at home. So you don't wake the kids when you scream. This is the moment. Waterman bends it. Didn't bend it enough. Through for a behind.
It's a tough kick from 40 out to try and bend that one back around. Thought he might have gone the drop punt, Will.
It's got a beautiful set shot on him.
Yeah.
I agree. Probably just a bit too far, and that's why that one misses. Doesn't have the distance on it. Can't bring it back enough from outside that sort of range. Probably had the straight up and down in him, I think.
Sexton back into the lineup. Been playing in defence all season under Damien Harvick. They sent him forward to start this game in his return to the team. And now he's back again now to show some poise behind the ball. Hewlin heads wide. Williams held it. Good man. He held it. And Bailey Williams going his heart out.
Gold Coast are in kill the game mode already. Too far out, 10 minutes to go.
A wobbler and Holman read it best.
So this should be gone. He's gone too slow again. They're in absolute kill the game mode, which is fine, but 2 points in it with 10 to go.
Pressurised on the kick. Williams gets there again. Knocked away by McGovern. Got it down to True. Kelly. Williams. McGovern. Deep inside 50 to Allen. One grab. Not the second. Hewlin. Darling waited for him to pick up the ball. And they're wrapped in like cling wrap.
You're spot on, Will. They need to still attack the game. 10 minutes to go. There's so much time in this game. And right now, West Coast have got all the momentum. You need to wrestle it back quickly.
Damien Harvick was saying the same thing, I think.
Jarrett Schofield in game 4 wants a win. Rowell bangs it away. McGovern turns, goes, heads wide. Darling's there under it. Holman, clever front and square crumb. Rowell, Powell, Anderson, caught. Flanders, caught. Holman. Andrew got there late from McGovern. What a battle that's been.
Hasn't he been starting his last couple of minutes?
We can't beat the governor. And he's got it at half back. You can see that wall of sun set up behind the ball. Darling. He's got that. Umpire says no.
He's trying to claim, come about 3 sets of hands.
Little help with the hands of Williams. Thought the umpire was going to fall for it, but no, they've been equal to the occasion, the umpires too. Rowell again, another clearance from their clearance ball. Getting there in the hole though, Jimby. He has been phenomenal.
Well, West Coast are set up now. They've got their intercept game going. We saw them score in the third quarter, and that's what they're doing here to Gold Coast. They're going to look to shift the ball a bit here, Suns.
Darling got a couple to beat. Thumped away from him. Anderson wrapped up, and he was rolled by Yo. Crowd screaming for ball. They don't get it.
McGovern, hasn't he turned back the clock? 3 intercept marks this quarter. That's why he's one of the absolute all-time great centre-half backs.
And if you joined us late, the man is on. Mac Andrew kicked 3 goals earlier in this game, and he shut him down in the process. Kelly, Witherden, just blasted it high. Waterman's under it, 3 against him. Huge crumb, Ryan pounces. He lost it. Did he get it free? Oh, Darling, he cut. Hit him closely in half. Didn't count the rings.
Brilliant contest all over the ground at the moment.
We've got to get some reward for this, Will. We need to get reward, West Coast.
Players darting everywhere.
We've seen this movie so many times. The team goes down the other end and kicks a quick goal. You've got to get reward.
Gold Coast have committed a lot of numbers here. They've got 2, 3 loose out behind the ball here, West Coast.
Oh, it's a Harley Reid moment. He couldn't quite. Sexton. Or push and shove, Collins.
Don't give it away. Don't give it away.
Umpire Lee Fisher says, let's get on with it, boys. Fisted into some space in the Rowell area, and guess who wins the clearance? Rowell. Guess who's coming out of the way? McGovern. Kelly. He hit the pause button. Heads inside 50. No free. Huge crumb to win. Bodies looking left, right and centre. Massive bump. High bomb. Goal square. Waterman. Ballard. Waterman. Off hands. Ball in.
How was the contest between Flanders and Harley Reid? Let's have a look at this on the replay. Bang! Fair hit. Both players going hard at it. In fast time, that was just a brutal hit.
What a contest we have, haven't we?
It's just finals footy.
Well, they wanted to be on Friday night footy, these two. Haven't been all year. They have risen to the occasion. Cripps across the face. Collins, interesting choice. It's now a 1-point game. Could have gone for the mark.
That was a fullback that's had enough of the in-out-in play that he's copped this quarter. Gold Coast have to keep playing here. I said it 5 minutes ago, but they are just bombing along down the line. West Coast too good at this.
Closey dumps it. Not sure a draw's going to help the Suns at all. Probably going to have 13 wins at least. Little 1-2, Reid, Jimby, Reid. Danced into a jam.
Good pressure. Yeah, if you Gold Coast, you don't want to give away a free kick here. You're finally going to get the ball back in your forward half.
Long, Kelly, Reid. Claims he was manhandled after the moment.
He's done something to his finger. He needs to get off.
Had to try and pull it back into the socket, but hassling Harley Reid seems to be the thing to do. Andrew can't get there. Cole left it behind. Flung to Jinby. Caught. Mac Andrew heads it over the top to Lloyd Johnston. What can Lloyd do? He hands it up to the side. Brosas dance past a couple. Handball inboard. Swallow. No. Lloyd Johnston. A little moment.
It's almost the guy we were talking about. West Coast, all the momentum, no reward. Gold Coast go down the other end, have a shot.
Jack Darling wants this out on the wing. He's feeling the contest down the middle.
Courageous kick.
O'Brien got up there, made the contest. Witz, Anderson, out wide. Bang. This has evolved into a classic. And the crowd have played their role. Here's the swallow hit.
It's the coverage. Came back, knew he was going to get a knee there.
The double whammy too.
Yeah.
Need and then landed on. Watch around here. 10 possessions, eight of those contested. 5 clearances this quarter. Look for him here.
They can still make history, the Suns. Even if they don't play finals, 10 wins is the most the club's ever had. They can get a 10th win this season tonight. The little 1-2, Kelly. Beaten for it was Darling by Powell, and he says, let's calm it down, boys. Little Powell, big moment.
Well, are they close enough to do this now, Moons? 5 minutes to go. I said this at 10 minutes to go. Are they close enough to play this way?
I still think you need a... They need a score.
You need to take field position at least.
Nowhere to hide now. Witz, King, Witz, knocked away by Kelly. Back into his grasp. Humphrey, Rao. Call that a clearance if you like. It was down there for Roses. It took an eternity to get it, and then he floated it too far. And the first gamer. What a moment for Hall. Backpedals the son of the gun. Witherden.
Moses, he fumbled 3 times and then overshot the kick.
A little rusty coming on as the start, perhaps. Cripps. Still an eternity left. 4.5 minutes in a 2-point game. Back to Jinby. Couple of bounces. Swallow hunted him, couldn't get near him. Kelly. This is the money kick. Spear pass. Darling! Not quite. Darling and Allen looked at each other. He was looking back to see, but he was looking back to see. Blasted wide. Cole. Holds it in the area.
I think you thought Darling was going to give him the handball. Didn't quite get there.
Well, they've got all the momentum here, West Coast, inside 50s. They're set up well behind the footy. They're going to done a clearance.
Jack Williams, a little nudge on that. Cripps couldn't get away with it. Fiorini played for the free. Umpire didn't fall for it. Ball up. And Jared Schofield looking for his first win, working the phone. Suns haven't won away all season. They need to do that here and now to keep their season alive. The crowd want insufficient intent. Matt Rowell has been spectacular.
There's going to be a moment coming up, boys. It'll be to win or lose a game. It is coming, whether it be Gold Coast or West Coast. Someone's going to have an opportunity to do that.
Wits, Jack Williams right with him. All roll. Reed, Yo, the chaos ball. Darling got up. Duggan, wrapped up by Weller.
How good some of the tackling being tonight. It's brutal.
Massive crowd. They fill this joint regardless of where the Eagles are on the ladder. Bang! Darling cutting to half again. Duggan.
He's been a man possessed tonight, Darling.
Number 2 all-time for games played at the Eagles, Shannon Hearn.
You almost don't want to take the ball at the moment. You're going to get hit so hard.
Captain's goal! Liam Duggan! The game is crying out for a hero. With foul one, Eagles in front.
Great call, Will. Great call.
Well, it was going to be a moment. It's just been building to this, hasn't it? West Coast have had the momentum. They've been putting Gold Coast under pressure. But Liam Duggan here, he's been a midfielder all night tonight, coming back off a really bad concussion. And that's just a footy smart moment. Slap it on the boot. He's a left footer. He reads, saddles in. The boys are up and about, and it's a great goal for West Coast. Gold Coast are going to respond.
Look at... If you get a chance, just have a look at Elliot Yo's celebration as well. I just know that was a huge goal from their skipper.
This is what Gold Coast kind of needed to be in this game, though, because they completely shut down Gold Coast, so they're going to go and win it now.
The crowd, again, lift the volume. You saw the time in front. West Coast led for the majority of the opening term. Suns have led for the majority of the match. Duggan, rolling ball, bouncing ball. Marek with a handball to his own advantage. Cripps on the back pedal. Huge handball. Waterman speaking of heroes. Cripps, he couldn't, could he? Oh, yes, he can.
What an outstanding finish. That was a little bit naughty from the veteran, wasn't it? Tell you what, it feels like sometimes, you know, he's getting old in the tooth, this and that, but that is just a forward, polished finish, and it was through a bit of brutality, wasn't it? Ryan Marek busts through, Cripps busts through, follows up, busts through. West Coast, wow.
It's going to be a hard goal to beat this round, Wayne. The goal of the round.
And moment of the round as well.
Moment, it had it all. And you said, you know, Gold Coast, they started to play for the win. Played safe. They needed another goal. It's cost them.
Suns have 2 minutes and 40 to save their season. Anderson smashed.
38,000 the official crowd tonight, but it feels like 10,000 extra fans have just strolled on into this final quarter. They've gone to another level.
And if you're not here yet, hurry up. Yo. Blast it along. Newland, Reed, Newland. Collins. Ballard. He's not twisted turn yet. Anderson caught. That was a kick. Sexton Hudson.
Well, now the shackles will be off. They've got to go Gold Coast.
Rao, Graham, the young gun, slipped the tackle, got it over the top. Weller, heads in the King direction, one hand on it. It was there for him. He got it, he goes, slips the tackle, he's got a little roll on it. Didn't get enough on it. McGovern, off, didn't want to concede it. Long as it wide. Dewar, clock keeps ticking. Coasters keep running. Darling long. Harley Reid. It's almost time to let it go there. They're 131 away. This place is going to go crazy.
We're doing a score review, boys, all the way back at the other end of the ground.
So they're allowed to do that at the next stoppage, are they?
Yep. How long can we wait?
Score review. Umpires call is no score. Can we keep seeing the ball cross the behind line?
Review underway.
Okay. Let's have a look. Okay, get on with it, please. Please, Dwayne, I said please.
Well, everyone gets a chance to take a
Review
breath.
complete. Look at this angle. The ball remains in play at all times. Decision on scoreboard.
Simple that out. Simple that out. Go in.
1:31 left.
Elliot Yeo, he's asking for his forwards to come up throughout the stoppage.
Oscar Allen gone behind the footy as a 7th defender.
If the Suns don't win this, their season is over, and they know it. Damien Harvard knows it. With each passing second, this crowd gets closer to erupting. Flung in the air, Wicks, Rowell, and another clearance to his tally. Floats it. Suns now need a hero. McGovern's been exactly that. Gave it to Cole, gave it to Hunt. Chip kick, Duggan, Krebs. Heroes everywhere, the West Coast Eagles. Yo got a kick away, got it to half forward. We're down to a minute left. Humphrey inside, well at court. They're being hunted left, right and centre. They can smell blood, the Eagles. Yo wraps up Rowell.
Tell you what, Liam Duggan has gone to superhuman mode. He is mowing blokes down. He kicked that goal and he's driving his team with him. What a captain's last quarter.
He's at the 8 tackles for the game, Duggan.
Anderson pumps it forward. King. Another fumble from Roses. And then he turned it over. And that might be it. Hunt. Kick smothered. Fed back. McGowan. Allen, the captain, behind the ball. Darling marks this, and it is done. The crowd are loving it. Back to Allen. Back to Darling.
Got the falls in front of it.
Just having a mess around now. High towards half forward. Harley Reid, the superstar. One last cherry on top from their young gun, Harley Reid. Who gives it to Yellow? Jared Schofield's first win. And this is off the scale. When you're playing for pride, there is nothing bigger. And they have risen to the occasion, playing for pride. The West Coast Eagles have come from behind for their first victory since round 10. Stand up and applaud. That has been entertainment at its finest.
Well, there's wins and then there's wins. And when you've been struggling for 3 years to get a really good win, it just sounds like the crowd is gone berserk. The players, you can see it in their faces. We've been in clubs, we've all been in clubs where you struggle for wins. And these are so special these nights. Down to you, Kat.
I've got the co-captain, Liam Duggan. Gee, that was a Friday night thriller. How sweet is this moment?
Yeah, that's incredible. I think we've been playing some okay footy the last few weeks, and to play for 4 quarters today is just a really good feeling, good reward for all the effort the boys are putting in.
How satisfying. It's been a long time since your last win, round 10. A lot has happened since then, most noticeably a change in coach.
Yeah, we've had a bit going on at the footy club, and that's why the resilience of the group, albeit a young group, I'm really proud of the boys, and to share that moment with with a great turnout. They rock up every week for us, our fans, so that's really special.
Talk us through that final quarter. I mean, it felt like the Suns were almost trying to kill the game off and you guys were just attacking.
Yeah, we thought we were going to run over it at some stage, and it took us sort of right to the last moment, but just chipping away, and we got our brand identity, and the numbers that we were chasing each quarter were getting better and better, and we just thought if we had enough time, we're going to get it done. So nice that it came to fruition.
And talk us through your go-ahead goal.
Not really my forte, forward 50 stoppages, but yeah, sometimes the footy guys look after you when you go to block and lands in your lap.
Personally, how enjoyable is that for you, given you've had a few issues with concussion this season and to come back into the side and play such a pivotal role?
Yeah, really nice to get through a game. Obviously, after a couple of concussions in quick succession, just a little bit worried coming in, but it goes away pretty quick when you're in the moment. And yeah, my legs are a bit tired, cramping in the groins, but just really proud of the boys.
What about Jake Waterman especially? I mean, you must have such confidence every time he lines up the goal that he's going to slot it through the big sticks.
Yeah, the expectations on Jake here isn't a lot this year, but what a player he's become and all the hard work he's put in, especially after last season. Yeah, I'm so happy for him to get that reward, and I don't know how many he got tonight. I saw him at 4 at one stage, so another great game from him.
Or it was. I'll let you enjoy a bit of Eagle Rock. Congratulations tonight.
Cheers, thank you.
There you go, Liam Duggan, the captain. And as I look across the last quarter stats, I look at the senior players for West Coast. Jeremy McGovern, Jamie Cripps, Elliot Yeo, Tim Kelly. They're the guys at the top, and their senior players play well, and that's what they get. They'll be extremely happy with that. And you just have to look at the goals kick. Jamie Cripps kicks that goal late. Liam Duggan kicks that goal late. And as I mentioned through the coverage, boys, I think this meant a little bit more than the 4 points to West Coast. They're going to finish where they finish, right? Whether it's last, second last, third last, wherever they are. They're trying to build a bit of momentum and culture within the group that they haven't had, right? And that's why there's been a lot of people moved on over the last 12 months from this footy club, and this young group, led by their senior players still, they've got something still to play for this year. The Gold Coast Suns, we saw leave the ground, but they've certainly got... Oh no, your finals are gone now, aren't they? Let's get back down to Cathlampton.
Yeah, I've got one of the crowd favourites in Jake Waterman. How enjoyable is this? Your first win since round 10?
Yeah, no, it means lots to us, means lots to the fans, means lots of players. The footy department, it's been a sort of tough couple of months for us, and to get the reward in front of home fans, yeah, it's pretty special.
Just speaking to Liam Duggan, he thought you had the confidence and the belief and the legs to just run the Gold Coast Suns over in that last quarter. What were you thinking during that frenetic final term?
Well, we know we got it in us. We played good footy at stage this year, and it's just more of a 4-quarter effort today, I think. And yeah, no, we played some good front half footy in the last quarter, and this is the brand of footy you want to play. And yeah, it was exciting.
How happy were you when you saw the co-captain have his moment and kick that go-ahead goal?
Oh, I just watched it sail over my head. Beautiful. Nearly shed a tear, but there was still a fair bit to play in the game, so it was a bit nervous for a few minutes there.
What about yourself? You're so accurate this season, Jake. I think it's 48 goals, 18 now. Talk us through how you're so confident in your own set shot routine and getting it through the big six.
It is a bit of a confidence thing. You go through sort of ups and downs with your set shot routines, and I've always found that I've been pretty good. It's one of my strengths in my game since a young age, and I don't know, it's just a confidence thing. Yeah, I've got a couple of things that I try to do every set shot that usually put me in good stead to put them further middle, but I absolutely shanked one today and it flowed straight through the middle, so yeah, whatever I'm doing, I guess it's working.
Can you just talk us through a bit? You're fourth in the Coleman medal race at the moment. Be honest, do you keep a close eye on it, Jake?
It's hard not to when everyone's telling you every week and all the fans are asking you, but it is weird seeing my name up with guys like Ben King, Hogues and Kerno, but it's not about that. It's not even about that for me, and I've got to bring my strengths to the game, and if it ends up in goals, then so be it.
Hey, keep doing what you're doing. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Geez, he spoke really well, doesn't he? That was an excellent interview. Well done, Jakey. I mean, but you're right, Will. I mean, it's more than just the 4 points in this club. They're now trying to build this.
All right, there we go, folks. There it is. What a game. Can you believe it? The Eagles get up 15-7-97, defeating the Gold Coast Suns 13-9-87. Have a look at this worm. The Eagles were on top by about a goal until about 3/4 of the way through that first term, and then it was all the Suns. They spats and spurts. Suns got the goals, Eagles got the goals. Suns had momentum. Eagles got momentum. Then the Suns back and then the Eagles. I tell you what, where has this team been all year? They look good. They ran that game out strong. They brought pressure. They brought skill. They brought excitement. It could be just the new coach. Could be just the new coach. Let's have a look. I'll look at the ladder in a minute. Where are the player stats? We'll just have a look and see who was on top. Matty Rowell there, and of course Noah Anderson topped the table with 30. Tim Kelly, Elliot Yeo. Great games there for the Eagles. Elliot Yeo was pretty good in that last quarter with Kelly 29-26, Flanders 25. Oh, what a game. Darling, there we go. We're talking about Darling, Chris. 22, he kicked 1-1. That's a pretty good game for him. As the commentator said, yeah, he had a great game. McGovern stood up strong down there. Harley Reid ended up with 17 touches. Only the 3 kicks. He had 14 handballs. Wow-wee. 1 mark, 6 tackles, 4 clearances. See you tomorrow. Good night. Thanks, Chris. Thanks, Paul. Thanks, Becky. Thanks, Tina. Manager in the house. So there we go. I tell you what, Harley Reid was like an angry tank today, trying to bustle through and throw his weight around. He's great to watch. Tell you what, he brings the crowds in. Benny King there for the Suns, 10 touches, 3 goals, 3. And there are the rest of your players for the stats, what they ended up getting. Just roll that back a little bit slow just in case, and we'll have a look at the goal scorers for the match. Leading goal scorers, Jakey Waterman, Mr. Mullet Man. Tell you what, great effort. Kicking accurate, 4 goals straight off his 14 disposals, 9 kicks, 5 handballs, 6 marks, 1 tackle. Great game. Ben Long, Ben King, McAndrew, all with 3. Dewar with 2 with Allen. Witts 1, Williams 1, True, Ryan, Marrick, Graham, Fiorine, Duggan, Darling, Cripps, Anderson. A lot of goal scorers there tonight, which is great to see. What a game. I can't keep stressing that enough. Hang on, let me end that poll. Let me end that poll there for a minute. There we go, Jared Witts. Wow, you wouldn't often see him on top of the fantasy points with 140. Matt Rowell, 121. Liam Duggan, 114. Jack Darling, 113. Yeah, Ryan was instrumental in that last quarter. What a cracking game he played also. 32 votes we had in. I'll just run through this without saying it. I'll go through the votes. 32 votes in, as I said, we're only broadcast this from half time onwards. We had 32 votes. Look at that, 62% went for the Eagles. You're guilty. Well done to everyone who tipped the Eagles, and 37 went for the Gold Coast Suns. Inside 50s, 46 to 53. Hang on. 46 to the Eagles, 53 to the Suns. Yet the Eagles were more efficient inside 50. 20 to 17 free kicks to the Suns. Yeah, the AFL would like the Suns to get there, but it doesn't look like it this year. Hit outs, Suns well dominated there by Witts. Clearances, the Eagles on top there, and the centre clearances well on top, 14 to 8. Contested possessions, only 20 the difference, not much. Uncontested, Eagles had the ball. Yeah, that third and final quarter, just dominant. 65 turnovers apiece. The marks, West Coast held on to the ball a lot better. 12 inside 50 marks each, not too bad. There we go. 64, 58 tackles on season's average. Well, the Eagles actually stepped their game up a bit on their tackles average. So they brought the heat. They definitely brought the heat, especially in their defensive. 12 to 7. Well done. Just looking at the ladder now, since the Gold Coast Suns, they lost. They stay at 13 on 36. And the Eagles now go to 12 points. Let me reload that to the live ladder. Eagles now go to 16 points, still in 16th. That's where they'll end up at the end of the year. Fantastic. Got some great games tomorrow, of course. There we go. Centre all, everybody. There we go. So I'll just turn that around and say thanks everyone for coming in. Again, thanks Paul. Hanging in there. Tomorrow I'll definitely be home. I won't be. The only game I'll cover tomorrow will be the Collingwood-Carlton game. I've got to cover that. I've got to go and scout some photo shoot places. So I've got to go and scout some locations for that. And I might actually do a exploring Melbourne streets tomorrow. I might try and do a vlog on that, like I did with Tina and Darvo and Koh Samui. I might try and do one like that in Melbourne. See how we go. I'll test out the new phone for doing the vlog. There we go. The phone's hung on well. I was low bat, about 15%, at about the 10-minute mark of that final quarter. So I'm glad the phone hung on well. Night says, Paul. Yeah, thanks, Paul. Yeah, well, definitely tomorrow. Thanks, Chris. Thanks, Becky, for coming in. Go Pies. Hopefully they can do it for Pendle's 400th game tomorrow. It's going to be an exciting game against Carlton. Thanks, Logan, for coming in. Thanks, Day. Appreciate that. If you're there in the BG. Oh. All right, so there we go. I think I just about have to end this live now because unless, hang on. There we go. Now it's just coming through the phone microphone. It had 5% battery left. I just plugged it in, so I've got a few more minutes left before we say adieu. But yeah, it was what a great game. You know, out of the couple of games we saw tonight with the Western Bulldogs, they were just so dominant the entire night. Melbourne were lucky to get within such a close margin, only due to the Bulldogs' bad, poor, inaccurate kicking. But this was a great game tonight. This was anyone's game. It was who wanted it more. Who wanted this game more between the Eagles and the Suns? You know, it was flipping both ways, up and down. But you know what? After half time, it was cracker. From what I saw, the Eagles, they wanted this game a lot more than the Suns, and of course, the Suns had a lot more to lose tonight because the Suns. Well, this was their game to keep their season alive. Now I think their season is done and dusted. Even with 3 more games for them to come until finals time. I think there's a yibbity folks for the Gold Coast Suns. I can't see them making it now because they're about 2 to 3 games outside of the 8 now. So I think they're in trouble with 2 games outside of the 8 now, possibly 3 after the weekend's rounds finished. You know, so that's unfortunately they're done and they had a lot more to lose. But the Eagles found a lot of pride in their game, a home game. And you know, as it was pointed out before, the Gold Coast Suns, they've won at home. They have not won on the road. They haven't won an away game this season. Tell you what, it's not looking good for a team who can't win away, especially when the finals, or at least the big game, is played at the MCG here in Melbourne, where you got to travel. You got to be a good traveller and play good footy away. Night all. What are you? Night all. What are you doing, Nang? Yeah, we'll end it shortly. But I plugged it in. So now I've got charge. I've got charge in the phone, so she's charging up. But yeah, I'll have to make sure I've got plenty of power tomorrow night because I don't want to go low bat with the game Carlton and Collingwood tomorrow night. That's going to be a ripper game. That is going to be a ripper game. But yeah, I don't know. All right, let me just let you know what are the other games coming up this week. So we've already had 2 games played tonight. That was the Western Bulldogs and Melbourne. Of course, the Bulldogs won that. We had the Eagles defeating the Suns tonight. As Paul said, game of the round, North Melbourne versus Richmond. Well, you know what, Paul? I think that could be a low-scoring game because I'm sure both teams want to lose that match. You know, I think they want to be on bottom, get the draft picks for next year. Game after that, yeah, we've got a game coming up at GMHBA Stadium in Geelong. That's Geelong versus the Adelaide Crows. I tell you what, that's going to be a tough game. The Cats go into that favourite at 134, and the Crows go in there as underdogs at 318. I think the Cats can get that one done as well. They got too much on the line whereas Adelaide are pretty much out of the finals running at the moment, so that's okay. Then the next big game, we've got 2 games on at 7:30 tomorrow night, Melbourne time. Of course, that's Collingwood and Carlton. That's the game we'll be covering. That is the biggest. I think that is pretty much the biggest game of the round. With Scotty Pendlebury's 400. This is where, if Collingwood lose, that's season over for them, and Carlton need to win to stay in around about the top 2 position, top 2, top 3. So they, both teams need to win. Of course, the other game is Port Adelaide, who are sitting 8th on the ladder, against Sydney Swans, who are on top of the ladder. Port Adelaide, that's a must win for Port Adelaide as well, because they need to win and stay in the 8 for a chance at finals in 4 weeks' time. And of course, Sydney, they also need to win so they don't lose top spot. If they have a bad run to the end of the home and away season and they lose every match, it's quite possible they may lose a home final. Of course, the next match is going to be another ripper match. That's GWS Giants and Hawthorn. Now, there's one for the books, folks. The Giants are a 178 favourite, but the Hawks are 203. I'm tipping Hawthorn in this game. Outside of the Western Bulldogs in Brisbane, I think Hawthorn are the informed team of the competition. They're running hot. They also need to win. All teams pretty much need to win at the moment to secure their spot in the top 8 or to try and claw their way into the top 8 for finals. And Hawthorn, they need to win this game to stay alive. Hawthorn, let me have a look at the ladder. Hawthorn are sitting 9th. They're only a game outside of the 8. So if Sydney can beat Port Adelaide and Hawthorn win, then Hawthorn will go into the top 8. There we go. Of course, the next game is at the MCG on Sunday. That's Essendon versus the Fremantle Dockers. That's going to be one interesting game because the Bombers haven't been doing much, and Freo need to win that if they want a top 4 position and a possible home final in the first week of the finals. So this is where the grand finals play. So it'll be a good test for Fremantle to see where they're at, because Essendon's form hasn't been too good of late. And of course, the last game of the round, which we will cover, I'll actually cover the Giants and the Hawks game, and also St Kilda and Brisbane. St Kilda are 14th, Brisbane Lions are 2nd, and Brisbane Lions are the ones I'm actually tipping for the flag this year. I think they've come right at the right time of the year. They got everyone up and firing. So that's here in Marvel Stadium in Melbourne also. So that's a wrap up of the games. 244 for St Kilda, 154 Lions will go in as favourites. It's going to be a cracking game. What were the odds for Collingwood? Collingwood were 245, Carlton 153. I think the Pies are going to upset the Blues, and we're going to have a win for Scotty Pendlebury. So it should be great. There we go. Folks. That is about it. I think everyone's just about gone out of the live, so I think it's nearly time for me to go out of the live as well. What do you reckon, folks? Anyway, I hope you enjoyed a little bit of the coverage of the game, of the 2 games there tonight, this one and the prior one that we did. And don't forget, it'll be 7:30 Melbourne time. 7:30? Let me have a look. It's 7:30 Melbourne time. And you're going to the Collingwood game because I have membership. Go the Pies. Yeah, go Kobe. I tell you what, that is going to be a big crowd. Big crowd. They'll probably get, they've got to get 80,000. I reckon they've got to get 80,000+ people there. Easy, Pendle's 400th game, and such a big game for both sides that, they both need to win. 90, you reckon 90,000? You're probably right. It's gonna be a cracker game. Lucky you going to that game tomorrow. That should be fantastic. Yeah, I'll be in at Melbourne tomorrow morning and some of the afternoon. So I've got to scout some locations for a photo shoot. and then I'll be back home. I'll cover that game here, like we did tonight, so it should be good. But hey, enjoy. I'm going to sub. No worries. Thanks, Kobe. No worries at all. No worries at all. Yeah, I just do these lives for the footy while the footy season's on. But I've got normal vlogs on my channel if you want to watch them. If you like, if you like seeing some places that around Melbourne or Thailand or Philippines, yeah, you can check that out if you want. I've actually got a vlog on my channel of when I went to the footy for Collingwood and the Gold Coast Suns, I think. Whether it was last year. It might have been last year's game. But yeah, that's on there if you want to check that out. That'll be good. But yeah, I tell you what, I hope you got good seats. I go for Collingwood. I go for the Pies. Yeah, we both go for the Pies. We had another Becky was in here before, and she also goes for the Pies. We found out, so that's good. And Paul goes for the Pies. So we've got a few Pies, Collingwood supporters that come in and watch the game. So I'll always, if the Collingwood game's on and I'm here, I'll always do the Collingwood game because I don't want to miss watching the Pies play. So that's pretty good. He goes for Collingwood, yeah. Goes for the Pies. I think Logan goes for the Hawks. I think Logan's got a good chance of making the finals this week. I mean, the Hawks. Your team. I can't believe they're 203. I would have thought they would have probably started favourite against the Giants, but the only thing is, I know it's at Manica Oval in Canberra, but yeah, I think the Hawks will win that one. I'd love to see the Hawks get in the finals. I say boo Pies. Good on you, Addy. I tell you what, Adrian, that's going to be, I reckon that could be a big test for your Freo boys against Essendon at the MCG. If Freo are up to the big time, they'll definitely want to put Essendon away and perform well on the MCG because that's where the big game's played, my boy. That's where the big games. I tell you, it was a nice. Did you watch that game? The Eagles. What a cracking game! I don't know where they've been, the Eagles, but they look like a different team tonight from what I saw. It was an arm wrestle. It was an arm wrestle all the way. But after half time, even though the scores were close and the Eagles only got in front late in that last quarter. You could just see the Eagles wanted it so much more. They were really determined, and there was nothing that Gold Coast could do to stem the tide of that. And Harley Reid, as I keep saying, Harley Reid was great. He was like a bull. He was like a bull on the ground today. And of course, in Melbourne, just out of Melbourne. And of course, Ryan was fantastic for the Eagles and Waterman. There was a few good players. It was good to see. I don't know who the Eagles got next week. The Eagles have West Coast. North Melbourne play West Coast at Bloodstone Arena in Hobart next week. Yeah. So there you go. That'll be an interesting match. They wore their retro gear tonight. Oh, they wore the retro gear tonight. That's why I thought it was only. Did they? The Eagles wore that too, because we were talking about the sniper. What's going on, bro? They're talking about that. Chris was talking about that in the Bulldogs game. And the only I couldn't see the retro Guernsey on Melbourne. I could see it on the Dogs because they had the collar, but the Melbourne didn't have the collar. I didn't actually check to see if they wore the collars tonight. I can't remember, but I didn't see them on West Coast or the Gold Coast Suns. Hey Taddy, how you going, brother? What's happening? What's going on in your neck of the woods? There you go. It's nearly late afternoon, nearly dinner time for Teddy. Good stuff. What's going on? What's going on over there? Nick's going to win the Brownlow, my favourite player. I tell you what, he should have won it last year. He should have won it last year. You know, like he was leading up until, what was it, last 3 rounds when he didn't play the last 2 or 3, I think. You know, he was leading there. He should have won. He's, you know, I think there's no doubt that Nick Dacos is probably the best player in the competition at the moment. You know, you might think Lachie Neale and all that, but nah, you can't go past Dacos. You can't go past Dacos. That's Nick. You know, Josh is pretty good play. James Sicily. I tell you what, James Sicily he's the backbone, isn't he, of the Hawthorn back line. Tell you what, he's been brilliant. He really has had a cracker of a season this year. But so has most of the Hawks as well. But I mean, you know, he's got good leadership down there, Sicily. So, you know, he should go close in the best and fairest. He should go close. Definitely should go close. Yeah. Hey, Eddie G from Taddy. The Whisper. I want to end Carlton C. I know, that'd be nice. That'd be nice. Remember a couple of years ago, I think we beat Carlton by a point, and it put them out of the 8 in the last home and away game. In the last game of the home and away season. There we go. But yeah, that'll be good. I don't know. Do you reckon? I don't know. Yeah, I think the Pies can get the job done. I really do. I really do think the Pies can get the job done. I want to have a look. I'm not sure if I don't know if the teams are in. Are they? Lineups. So tomorrow for Collingwood, the ins, how it sits, what they're saying here. We were at the grand final. I didn't go to the grand final. Yeah, I've only been to one grand final many years ago when West Coast played North Melbourne. West Coast actually won that one. It was good. It'd be great going to a Collingwood grand final, but I don't mind watching it from home. You know, you can just sit back, relax, and see everything. So yeah, there we go. But tomorrow it's got here. Bo McCreary comes back for the Magpies. Jordan De Goey and Billy Frampton comes back. Harley Harrison is omitted. Lockie Sullivan omitted, and Will Parker is omitted. Harley Harrison will be a bit of a big out, but we've got 3 good ins coming back. I'm still a little bit on the borderline of Billy Frampton. I'm not sure. You know, I watched him when we won the grand final. I don't know whether, you know, he probably had 1 or 2 touches for the game, I think, from memory. When I watched, I didn't even see him get a touch. So, and of course, Carlton have got Jordan Boyd, Blake Acres, Harry McKay's coming back, and Jack Martin. And the outs, not much in the outs. Lewis Young, Jack Carroll, Lockie Cohen, and David Cunningham. So, at least we've got. Yeah. I'm not a big fan of Billy Frampton either. I'm definitely not a big fan of him either. So, I don't know. The jury's out on him at the moment. You know, the jury's out. I think I think he probably gets a game because we've just got all the injuries. So, But what do you reckon? Maybe Jamie Elliott or Jeremy Howe will take a mark of the year tomorrow night. That'll be good. That would be good. That'd be good. It'd be good to see Jeremy Howe actually be awarded the mark of the year because he takes. He's like the high flyer. He's good, and it was good. I think they pushed him down forward late last week. So that would be good because I think he was a forward. I think he was a forward at Melbourne, wasn't he? So that would be good to see. Yeah, that'd be good to see. So there you go, centre all. That should be good. Should be good. I think that 7:30 tomorrow night that game starts. So hopefully I'll be. You'll be enjoying the game there, Kobe. You'll be enjoying the game live. That's going to be fantastic. That'll be fantastic. I'll try and start this live at about 7:15 Melbourne time, 5:15 Philippines time for our friends over there, and for our Perth friends over there, 5:15. Unless Addy G might do that game or the other game, I'm not sure which. Or he might be concentrating on the Olympic Games and the basketball and all that type of thing at the moment. Plenty happening over there as well. So there you go. There we go, folks. What a game. What a cracking game. It's good to get these Friday night games that are close, or any game that's close to watch. It's exciting. It's intense, you know. Who's going to pick up the ball? Who's going to run? Who's going to, you know, handle it cleanly? Is there going to be a free kick? The pressure. You got to bring the pressure, the tackles. Are they going to kick straight, you know, under pressure when it's a chance to win the game for their team, you know, and the whole stadium? Because tonight, make no mistake, tonight the whole stadium would have been pretty much West Coast Eagles fans in there. And it was a pretty good crowd. I can't remember. I didn't hear what the actual crowd was. But it looked a pretty good crowd. I don't think there would have been too many Gold Coast fans in the stadium tonight. Maybe the cheer squad, maybe a few others, that's about it. But it was predominantly West Coast, the Eagles fans. No Harry Mackay, 10 behinds. No Jamie. Oh, no Jamie winning you watch. No Jamie winning you watch. Oh, okay. You know the good thing about with Harry Mackay in is that, you know what, I think him and Curnow get in the road of each other, because when Harry Mackay was out last week, Curnow played a great game, and he was the targets and he was doing some damage, Curnow. And I noticed that Curnow doesn't chip in as much when him and Mackay are in the same. So that'll actually be interesting. But I'm sure maybe Quayna or Howell will take one, and Darcy Moore will take the other. So hopefully they can do the job. They're a hard combination to stop, though. Just the same, they're a hard combination to stop. But as well as stopping them, we've got to be good up forward. We've got to be kicking goals as well. The Pies have got to be accurate. They've got to bring the heat early. Voxer, same every year. Suns actually make me sick. They always just fall short, don't they? They just always fall short, and it's surprising because they're playing pretty good football. But their problem is they just can't win away from home. Don't even think I'm going to bother with next year's membership. Yeah, I probably wouldn't. You know what? I probably wouldn't give up on them just yet. I'd definitely probably give them one more year, see how they go next year, because they definitely improved. They definitely improved this year. But yeah, they have to start winning away when they travel. That's their biggest downfall. When they're at home, they're a good team. They're a good team. They've just got to win away from home. That being said, they didn't play bad tonight. West Coast just played really, really well. But that also being said, it looked like, at least in the second half, West Coast wanted it a lot more, and the Gold Coast were hanging on pretty well. But yeah, they just couldn't get the job done. Gold Coast, when it went down there, and they had their chances and whatnot. They just needed to, show a little bit more fight, a little bit more vigor. So yeah, I don't know. You get rid of who? Ben King and Malcolm Roses for a decent forward. Ben King. Some of the games I've been watching Ben King, he's had the yips. He hasn't been able to kick straight. He does reasonably well, but if you can't kick straight, you're in trouble. You're in trouble. I don't know. Maybe they might need to move him, King, up the ground a bit, and replace him with someone there. Maybe that's somewhere, or even try him as a, put him into the ruck a little bit and put Wicks down forward, something like that. They got to swap and change a little bit like that. Quite possibly like that, because they do that with Mason Cox with the Pies. He's in the ruck and then he goes down forward. They could probably do that with King as well. Midfield is fine. Just everywhere else is disgusting. I'll tell you what. I mean, that's the difference, though, isn't it, between the top line sides and some of the other sides. They're good in some parts, but they just lack a little bit in other departments. But you have a look at the team even Sydney's struggling at the moment. Even Sydney's struggling, but you have a look at like a team like Brisbane, like across their board, they're just all doing their role and they're firing. But I'm with you. I mean, the Pies this year, they haven't been the best either. Their backline's let them down a fair bit, and even their forward. I mean, they've got decent enough players, but you really got to play. You got to really play well as a team. Exactly like Hawthorn is doing. Like Hawthorn I reckon is pretty much the informed team at the moment. I know Bulldogs have had a lot of wins on a row, but just the way Hawthorn doing it at the moment. I wouldn't like to be coming up against them, playing them in the next 4 weeks, or if they get into the finals. I tell you what, them and the Bulldogs would be probably the last two teams you'd want to play. Actually, you know what? Actually, probably the Hawks would be the last team I'd want to play in the top 8, because they are super dangerous. VFL would be good spot for King. I think bring in Casbolt. Why not drop them? Why not drop them? You can drop these players back. I don't know why there's a rule for some players where they're always in our top 22 we can't drop them, but sometimes you got to drop them back. Give them a little bit of confidence, and they're kicking and everything else about, and sometimes that does the job. To say, you know what, if you're not up to scratch, you're back to the twos. You got to earn your spot back there. You got to earn your spot back there, and you got to really want it. I mean, that was just an enormous game. That was an enormous game for them tonight. And really, it was a game they just shouldn't have lost. If they're fighting for a spot, to make the finals to the top 8, they just shouldn't have lost that game against the Eagles. Absolutely shouldn't have. Definitely shouldn't have. We need Frampton out and Darcy rested. I don't know, Darcy Moore. He actually played a good game. He played the best game I think I've seen him play for quite some time. Darcy Moore last week, coming in with the floating intercept marks, etc. like that. I think he was quite good last week. But yeah, Billy Frampton though, he's I tell you what, I don't know. As I said, I think he's lucky to get there, and I'm not even sure how he got a spot in the grand final. There we go. I'm not even sure about that. It's Richmond. They are easy. It's Richmond. Yeah, but the trouble is with resting players now. Unless they're tired or something, you need, and you're running for the finals. Unless your team is absolutely flying and you can afford to rest a player like that, you got to try and run these players into form and the team into form. The team's got to play, as one, as a unit, as one. And I mean that's the thing. You know, they may go out and think, you know, it's only Richmond. It's only Richmond. You know, Richmond don't want to win. But what happens if Richmond actually put up a fight and they do win? You know? And what happens if North Melbourne beat Richmond tomorrow? And even if Richmond can win to beat Collingwood, they can still be on the bottom of the ladder and get that, you know, the better pick. Richmond might just come and do it to stop Collingwood. You know, if they beat Carlton tomorrow, maybe Richmond are the ones that can end Collingwood's season. You know, it's going to be very tough because they're going to be a game. They're going to be a game out plus percentage. That's the issue. But you know, while there's still 4 rounds to go for them, I know that they've got 3 hard games in Richmond. You know, it's mathematically possible, as they always say. It's mathematically possible. So you know, I think you've just at this time of the year, you want your team running into form, and you want your players running into form. You know, this is the vital part of the year. This is where it counts. You know, just like Sydney, Sydney could be in trouble. They're out of form. What have they won? Probably Sydney have won like 1 game in 5 weeks, I think. You know, and they're out of form. I don't think anyone is worried to play Sydney at the moment. You know, the way they're playing. You know, don't you think that Darcy is battling an injury? It's possible, but I mean they're all probably battling some niggling little, you know, thing at the moment. Yeah, it's possible. I don't know. Have you heard that he's battling an injury? Have you heard that? I haven't heard anything, but maybe you've heard it and I haven't. So I'm not 100% sure there, Kobe. But he did look pretty good last week. I will say that he did look pretty good last week. Just have a look. I just have a look at the ladder. Collingwood at 40 points. They're actually 2 games. The 2 games outside of the 8. So, you know, those other teams are going to be Carlton, GWS, Geelong, and Port Adelaide. They're on 48. The Bulldogs are 48 as well, but I can't see them not getting there. No, but it looks like it's. I mean, it's possible, or you know, he's just out of form, one of the two. We can keep an ear out on the game, the commentators, to say, you know, we'll pick up and see whether, you know, they do say that he's been carrying a slight injury, but I'm not sure. You know, he did look good last week. But yeah, I mean, going for us, it's unfortunate that the Gold Coast 36, so they won't make it now. But I'm just having a look here. Collingwood on 40, Essendon on 42. So Fremantle should beat Essendon. You would think, and then they'd stay third. I would imagine either Brisbane or Fremantle will stay third. But it's going to be tough because I think some of those teams in the, you know, in that mix in the top 8, I think they pretty much, a lot of them still play each other up until the end of the home and away season. So that can change the ladder. So you just got to concentrate as much as possible, you know, and just trying to win each game each week and give yourself the best chance, best opportunity that way. So hopefully the Pies can win tomorrow night, which I think they will. Fingers crossed. And then hopefully they beat Richmond. And then we've got another couple of tough games after that. I can't remember who the last 2 games are. Let me have a look for you. Matches, fixture. I think we got Schultz and lost Jack Ginnivan. Bag of ships trade terrible. Yeah, I don't know. Lockie Schultz does pretty good at times as well. I think. Ginnivan's been playing pretty good. I'm pretty sure he had a bit quieter game last week. You know, I think he really lifted when he played the Pies, Ginnivan. That's for sure. And don't forget the Hawks. The Hawks are flying, so most of the players look like, you know, they're going great. All right, so the second last round, we play Brisbane. My God, that is going to be a tough game. But that's always possible because that's here at the MCG. And then the last round, I think we play Melbourne, and that's very winnable. So we've got two very winnable games, which are Richmond and Melbourne, and then the two tough games, which are going to be Carlton and Brisbane. That being said, it's a possibility that we could win all four, because we do play 1, 2, hang on. 1, 2. We play 3 games at the MCG, and then we play Sydney. We play Sydney. We play Sydney next week. I think that's next Friday night. We play Sydney. Yeah, and that's one of those things where Sydney's form is very ordinary. So if we can have a good win next week, we'll take a lot of confidence from that game into the next game. So you went to all of them. You go to all of the game. Oh, yeah, I tell you what. Going back when I was a little bit younger, I used to go to pretty much all the games we played at the MCG. And at Waverley too, at Arctic Park out at Waverley. But I used to go there. I used to just go there just on my own. Of course, when you follow Collingwood, you're always getting like 70,000 plus people go there, especially when it's pretty much at the MCG, and it's against another Melbourne side or another top side, and I used to go maybe 5 minutes or so before the game started, and you could just walk up, get through the gate easy, and you could find a single seat easy. So they were great days, But the last time I went to the footy was against the Gold Coast Suns, and I actually I mentioned it before. I actually did a vlog in my channel. If you go through the videos, you'll see it. I think you'll be able to actually see that on the home page. Let me have a look. I'm just going to my home page. You can see it on the home page, and if you just scroll down a little bit, things to do in and around Melbourne. It's the second one in, the greatest game in the world, football. That's when I went to the footy. I actually did a little vlog on it, so that was kind of okay. There we go. All right, that's been a pretty good life. Still there, Taddy. Good stuff, right? Good stuff. Yeah, I'll probably end this. I'll probably end this in a couple of minutes, and I'll turn the camera back around just in case any latecomers want to come in and check the scoreboard. That the West Coast Eagles got up 15-7, 97 to the Suns 13-9, 87. How many did they kick? The Eagles kicked 4 goals, 3 in that last quarter to the Suns 1 goal, 2. So there we go. But you know what, Kobe? We're still the reigning premiers, the Magpies. So we've got that for another few weeks anyway. At least we've got that, We're the reigning premiers, the Magpies. Good stuff. We like to see that. We like to hear that. We like to see that. What time are you getting off? Oh, I'll probably a couple of minutes from here, because when I flip the camera back on, I'll just turn the camera back onto the scoreboard for about 2 or 3 minutes, just so if anyone comes in, they see the title of the live of the football game, they'll actually check the score out to see who won the game tonight. So there we go. But tomorrow I'll be back on at about 7:15. I'll do the same at about 7:15 tomorrow night for that game. But of course you'll be at the game, so you're lucky. You'll be at the game. Should be fantastic. And who knows? I've got to head into Melbourne tomorrow, as I said, to scout some locations for a photo shoot. Who knows? I might do just a live stream there to say good day to a few people or something like that. That could be okay. That could be okay. Maybe I'll do that. We'll see. We'll see. Because I want to try and make a vlog tomorrow. I'm just walking the streets of Melbourne because it's always good that people who searching Melbourne who want to come to Melbourne or just want to have a look at the city of Melbourne. They can see a little bit of it like that. So it's a simple vlog, a simple video. But I think it's pretty good. It could be good for people to have a little bit of a look. As I said, I've got plenty of other stuff, plenty of other videos there of Melbourne. If anyone wants to have a little bit of a look. Is this your only job, or you have a tradie? No, I had a job, but that closed down due to lack of funding. So yeah, I'm just taking a break from work at the moment, and then I'll head back out and look for another job. Yeah, I don't know, maybe in a month or two or something like. At least after winter, I'll start and look for the job after winter. But yeah, my channel's a little bit small at the moment. It's only got about, I think it's only got 6,260 followers, so that's a little bit small to do this full time. But you know what, I do like doing the football like this. It's the first time I've done it. Usually my lives are just lives like this, or like on StreamYard, and sometimes I'll have someone come up if I do StreamYard or something, and we'll discuss a topic or something like that. Or I'm like this, just have a coffee and chat with with the good folks out there. But this is the first year I've actually done this with the footy, so which is good. It's good to show the scoreboard, but I do it in this mode as well, because if people are flicking through the short shelf or something and coming across it, they might go, oh, the Aussie rules game, the Aussie rules footy game. We'll listen to it, and I used to do it just through the phone microphone like I'm doing now, but the sound wasn't that good. So I actually put my mic next to the computer, and this picks up the sound, and it sounds so much better. For everyone to listen to the game. So I think it's good. When you can listen to the game live, actually listen to the game. I think that's great. I think people like that. So because we can't show the vision. We can't show the game live because of copyright. And if we do show it, I tried it once. I tried that once on my second channel, and YouTube shut the stream down. They shut it down. I got a warning within 30 seconds of putting it on, showing the live vision, and then it shut the stream down. So I said, yeah, you don't see anyone show the vision. I mean, it's different. If you're at the game, you can probably show the vision. I've seen people do that, show, do a live from at the game, but because this is on KO where I watch it. I've had no problem, with the commentators come through and everyone can listen to it that way. I haven't had a problem with that. It's just showing the live vision due to copyright and all that type of thing. That can't be done. So that's the next best thing. Scoreboard up, listening to the game. It's like we used to do. When we're out and about or in the car, you listen to the footy, you listen to it, and it's good, so it's a little bit like that. And, we got friends over there in, other countries, Thailand and that, Collingwood supporter Paul, he loves to, he's another Aussie, and he loves to listen to the, the footy. So that's a good way for Paul to listen to it, and other people all around the world, especially if you're an Aussie, because the Aussies know the Aussie rules football. They know the AFL. And they like to follow their teams or the teams they followed, and they might not have heard a game for a while. And sometimes you can't always go somewhere, to watch the game. So it's another good way to do it. I think it's good to share the footy. Our great game of Australian rules football to the world. Whoever wants to come into the stream and listen to it, I said, I wish I could show the live vision, but yeah, unfortunately that's just not possible. So we just have to stick with this, how we're doing it. So there we go. But enjoying life a little bit at the moment. Wouldn't mind traveling again. Wouldn't mind traveling. That would be good. I'd like to travel, go back and see my best friend, and I don't know, because it's just too cold at the moment in our winter to travel, especially around our state. Unless you go to Queensland where it's tropical, you go up north and it's probably not too bad weather-wise. It's pretty good, nice and warm, that type of thing. Yeah, So there we go. All right, I'm gonna turn myself off, and I'm just gonna turn this back around to the scoreboard. I'll turn it back around there for about 3 minutes, as I said, for anyone who comes in. They just want to check out the score, because if they come in, they probably come in to check out the score and see what's going on there, than to hear me talking all the time. So, but I do appreciate the 11 million people in the live at the moment. Everyone commenting in the live stream, who has been commenting all the way through and been there with the game with me in this game and the last game I did. And of course, thanks to everyone in the BG who's just watching there, listening. And a big shout out, thank you to my manager, Tine. I know you're in the BG there. Thanks for hanging in there, manager. Appreciate that. But there we go, folks. There we go. I've 11 million people in the house. Yeah, unfortunately, I've got to head out tomorrow, so I won't be able to cover the games, the afternoon games. There are a few games on tomorrow, but I won't be able to cover those. As I said, the next game I'll cover is the Collingwood-Carlton game, and that will be coming up. I'll be on about 7:15 p.m. Melbourne time. 7:15 in the evening Melbourne time. We'll be back for the footy, which is going to be an absolute ring-a-ding-ding cracker of a game, Collingwood and Carlton. And we'll say, oh, can we see Kobe in the stands there? Good stuff. He'll be enjoying it. I tell you what, I hope the Pies win for you, and you can have a great night there at the footy, cheering the Pies on. It'll be good. You'll have to, if they win, you'll have to come back and let us know. I'll probably do another game on Sunday, or 1 or 2 games on Sunday, to come back and let us know how your experience was, what it was like there on the night, celebrating, Pendle's 400th game. It's a pretty good feat. He's only the 5th player to have played 400 games. So I think in a few weeks he'll jump up to probably the 3rd highest, or maybe next year. But yeah, I think he'll go on for a couple of years. I think he's good enough. He's still skillful enough. He offers so much to the team. I think he'll be there for another couple of years. And I think he might end up being the player who's played the most games, AFL, VFL football. It'll be great. It'll be great to see, to have there, and it'll be good for Collingwood too. As Collingwood having that type of player at their club. Great man, Scotty Pendlebury. Great man. He just floats. I heard some commentators the other day saying, the game around him is so hectic. Yet when he's got the ball, it's like time stands still. Like it just freezes around him. It's like slow motion. He's like slow motion. So there we go. There we go. Should be ring a ding ding. There we go. Good night, mate. Good night, Kobe. Enjoy the game. Enjoy the game tomorrow. I'm certainly going to enjoy it here while I watch it, and we bring it to everyone out there. Hopefully we get a lot of people coming in. I think we had a big crowd last week when it was Collingwood Richmond. So hopefully Hopefully we'll get a big crowd in there tomorrow night. Although I think the Collingwood-Richmond game, I'm not sure whether that was televised or not, whereas tomorrow night's one, I would imagine. Hey, Lang! Oi, oi, can't chat now. Okay, Siggy. There we go. There's the manager in the house. Good stuff. Good stuff. Sir Tatty. Hey, Tatty from Wait Lang. Oi, oi. Good night. There we go. I was just about to end, and then the manager came into the live. Good stuff. All right, what do you think? When the manager says ciao for now, we will cut this live, and I'll just put it on the scoreboard for a couple of minutes for any latecomers, as I said, who want to come in and check the score. But I think by end now. Should I end now? Should I end now, or how long? My gulai. I know you can chat. Good stuff. And the phone's got the battery's charging because it's been plugged in. Up to me, up to you. You're the manager. I'm just the boss. You're the manager. I don't know. Yeah, that's our team that plays tomorrow. Collingwood. They play Carlton tomorrow. There we go. So it should be good. Lane. Should be good. Yeah. Maybe I can end. What do you think? Should I end now? Been going for a while. Been chatting for a while. I've been chatting for probably since the game ended. When did the game? I don't know. I've probably been chatting for maybe 30, 40 minutes. Hey, Oliver, mega love shout out. How you going? Good to see you. Yeah, midnight's all right. No worries about that. I probably do have to get. I got to probably get up about 9 tomorrow. Want to leave pretty early tomorrow. I've got to go to the city tomorrow. I've got to scout some locations for photo shoot. And while I'm there, I might try and do explore the streets, like we did in Dubbo. Hello everyone from Oliver. Good to see you, Oliver. What's happening? Oliver, make a love shout out from Tatty. Hey Tatty, hey guapo Tatty from Oliver. Hey Tino from Oliver. How you going? Santa all. There we go. See Tatty and Oliver and Lang. If you watch this game, you'll see how good it is. If you want to see more vision of this, as I said to Kobe before, I've got a video on the home page. Things to do in and around Melbourne. I think it's the second one in on the home page. You can see it. That's the footy. When I went to the football. So if you want to actually see a little bit of vision, when I was there, I tried to do a little bit of recording. If you want to see a little bit, you can check it out there. Yeah, what's going on, Oliver? I know. Normally when you're live, I'm probably sleeping. Because our time zones are so different. Our time zones. So it's 12:20. The whacks are coming. Yeah. That's it. I know. The whacks. They'll be somewhere around. I'm sure they'll be somewhere around. There we go. Ma'am Oliver. Hello. From young Tino. I seen my. Oh yeah. Yeah. Good stuff. I know. Is it a small enough clock? It's a good clock. It's a good clock. I actually got that from a place in the Dandenong Ranges, and I think I actually did a video, and on that video it shows the place where I actually got that from. There's lots of knickknacks in there. Really good. We always visit there. Waiting time to close now my store, said boss. You're near. What is how long do you stay open for, Lang? How long do you stay open for? Have you sold all your red horse? All the red horse been sold yet? Hopefully all the other stores are closed and you're the only one open. And of course, being Friday night, everyone comes to your store. And they go, ayo, I want to buy something. I want some red horse. I want some chips. I want this and I want that. Dibba. Hopefully. Yeah. There you go. What's happening, Oliver? What's happening? What's happening with you, Taddy? Are you working at the moment, Taddy? The weekend coming up. I should be seeing some more. Buy now. You're closing now. If you're buy now before I close. All right. If you're going to close and go, then I might as well just end this. A 5:22 p.m. there for you. I see you should be nearly finished. What do you work till 5:30? You just up till 5:30 and then you got the weekend for you. Be nice. Nice. Oh no. You work later. My gosh. 10 p.m. My gosh. Who won? The West Coast Eagles won. Matthew, the West Coast Eagles won 15-7-97. They defeated the Gold Coast Suns 13-9-87. Now the Gold Coast were leading up until probably about the last 5 or 6 minutes of the game. The Gold Coast were leading, but the Eagles, they just had run and fight, and they were pushing hard. And the Gold Coast Suns were holding the Eagles off as much as they could, but then finally got broken open. I think Ryan kicked a goal for the Eagles, and then I think Waterman kicked the goal. So yeah, the Eagles then won by 10 points. The ball went back down to the Suns. King had a chance to, but he couldn't quite grab the ball with about a minute. Harley Reid was, I tell you what, Harley Reid was like a bull. He was like a bull. I will, while you're there, and since you ask, let me go in and I will tell you, let me get his stats for you. Harley Reid wasn't too bad. Although he didn't have too many possessions, Harley Reid had 17 disposals. He had 3 kicks, 14 handballs. He had 1 mark, 6 tackles, and 4 clearances. But, you know, he was all right. I think he must have been reasonably well tagged. I think he's reasonably well tagged. But, you know, that being said, I tell you what, he give it all. He was like a bull, and it was like he was trying to force the packs. It was like he had his angry pills or something on in the game. It was great. It was great to see him. I was money's well, definitely money's worth it for the for all the supporters over in West Coast there to watch the game. You know, I think hang on, I'll turn the screen back around. What? There we go. There is the timeline. So if you can see here, like the Eagles led here, and then it was pretty much all the Gold Coast, and it was only here. There we go, 25-minute mark. 25-minute mark. The Eagles hit the front. Oh, it was Jamie Cripps. Jamie Cripps kicked the last, was it? There we go, the 26-minute mark. So that was the score. That was the final score. And hang on, just to give you another look, just at your man there. Where is he? There he is, Harley Reid. There's his stats there. He had 43 AFL fantasy points. Didn't score, but yeah, 17 touches, 3 kicks, 14 handballs, 1 mark, 6 tackles, 4 clearances, and he was like a bull. He was like a bull. Yeah, he played. He's great to watch. He's great to watch. That is for sure. That is for sure. Yeah, we like Harley Reid. I look forward to seeing him the next game we cover. Yeah, I think he's going to be. You know, he's going to be a star. You know, another year or two when he gets a little bit more. maybe a little bit more mature. You reckon he'll be off to Carlton? Yeah, I don't know. God, I hope not. I hope he comes to the Pies. I don't know. Can Carlton afford him? Because I tell you what, because I think he's on. He's on the the apprenticeship wage. I think, and I think they're on that for a year or two, and then after that, it's like, then he can ask for what he wants. And I'm sure when that time comes, West Coast will offer him a lot of money. But whether he wants to come to Melbourne or stay in Perth, that's a question for him. Yeah, Juddy did it. It unfortunately didn't work too well for Juddy, but that was a great pickup for Carlton, getting Chris Judd. Like he was a star. But when he was at West Coast, he had some great players with him, Judd. Whereas Carlton, they were sort of trying to rebuild, and he was just a big coup to get him to Carlton, try and help him out. But he still played great there at Carlton. So it'll be interesting if Harley Reid, what happens with him. But whoever gets him, I tell you what, they'll be paying the bucks for him. They'll be paying big money for him. That being said, he needs to continue. But I'm sure he's still at West Coast next year, isn't he? So if he can get his game to the next level, even though he's at a high standard now, if he can just be consistent, that's where he needs to be, and then the big dollars will come for him, for sure, without a doubt. But that is the score. Yeah, it was. I tell you what, it was a great. I watched this game after the Dogs and Melbourne game. The last half of this game, it was just fantastic. It was fantastic. It was a real arm wrestle. If you see here into the second half, West Coast had that decent lead of 20, maybe 22 points or something, and then West Coast just dragged them back, and then the Suns came back, and then the Eagles just dragged them back. The Eagles definitely wanted this win more. He's probably at the best club to train and learn. And you know what? And they've got a new coach. So whether he sticks with it as the interim coach, or you don't know who's going to be the coach next year, do we? Yet for the Eagles. So that could be another factor who they get. Things hinge. He's got time. I tell you what though, it's nice. It's nice over there because you're a big side in Perth. But if he's one that just wants to, go straight to one of the top sides, and play in front of big crowds, then come to Melbourne and pick a good side, if you want, if they can afford you, has the most members in the AFL. What, West Coast? Yeah, maybe they have the most members, but they definitely don't get the biggest crowds because their ground's not big like the MCG. If you play Carlton, if you're with Carlton, Richmond, Collingwood, even one of those three teams, you're always going to play in, minimum 60,000. And, the 60,000 is like when Collingwood plays Gold Coast Suns, you have a look tomorrow night with Collingwood Carlton. That's got to be close to a sellout. That's got to be a sellout or close to it. We've got to be tipping, 85, 90,000. I would think for that. It's on the good time, 7:30. It's it's a memorable game. Pendle's 400. Both teams need to win. Carlton need to win to be secure. Collingwood need to win to keep their season alive. So, it's just a massive game for both sides and the occasion. So, Yeah, really good, really good. Yeah, sure is going to be a ripper. I tell you what, I'm excited. I'll cover that game like I do these games tomorrow night. That's the only game I think I've got to cover tomorrow because I've got to be out tomorrow afternoon, so I won't get the other games. But the Collingwood Carlton game, yeah, I wouldn't miss that. I know that's televised on TV, but yeah, I wouldn't miss that game for sure. I think that's just I think that's going to be, you know what? Hopefully it lives up to it. Hopefully we get a close finish, close game, close hard fought game, all the way through. And you know what? It would be nice if the result came down, you know, under 10 points. You know, let's say. I think that'd be pretty good. I think that'd be pretty good for sure. Carlton, you reckon Carlton wins? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. You know, they both wanna. They're always pretty close games from memory, I think, aren't they? Although, where I did have it up before, where is AFL? Can I see? Let me have a look. Where is it? Recent encounters. Let's have a look. Collingwood beat Carlton 85-57. Then the next match, Carlton beat Collingwood 93-76. And then the last match they played, Collingwood won that 85-79. So going by that, it's going to be, you know, it's not going to be a high scoring game, but it's going to be an absolute ripper. Hey, wait, Lang's there. She's got the popcorn. I could do with some popcorn, Lang. Popcorn sounds good. There we go. All right, I think I'll just turn that back around and say g'day again. Hey, Matthew, how you going, Squire? That should be a good game. Should be. Who do you follow again? Who's your team? Because I mean, yeah, you know, I'm Collingwood. I'm always hoping they win. You know what? And if they don't, as long as they play okay, yeah, there's always next year anyway. If we don't get over the Blues tomorrow night, so that's okay. But yeah, you know, it'll be. Let's see how many frees Collingwood get now that Razor Ray is retiring. I tell you, yeah, I know. Bad time. I tell you what, don't the rules seem to change each week? What about that holding the ball rule? They were really sharp on that, weren't they? Going back a few weeks. Now it's eased off a little bit. Yeah, different interpretations. We'll see. I don't know. You know, sometimes they get lucky, sometimes they get hard done by. But I think most teams cop that. You know, I think even West Coast were hard done by a couple of their free kicks tonight. But you know, that's the thing when you got 4 umpires out there officiating the game. You know, they're not all going to. I know they go by the rules and regulations of what to follow, etc. for that. But you know, they all see things differently. And it's strange, it's strange when one umpire says play on and then the umpire blows his whistle for a free kick. So, you know, but hopefully, I mean, the big thing is you just want to hope that a free kick doesn't sway the result of the game. You know, like if it's the last kick of the game and someone gets a free kick that really wasn't there, for either team. You know, that's something you don't want. Just a good game. You know, should be an electric atmosphere there tomorrow. But you know what? It's exciting. It's exciting times running up to the finals. You know, we've got a lot of teams that are in form, and there's a lot of chances. You know, that could possibly win the flag this year. You know, even Sydney on top. I tell you what, they're looking shaky, aren't they? They're looking shaky. Fremantle, they're looking good, but can they win away? Can they beat one of the good sides at the MCG? Brisbane, they're looking like the team to beat, I think, at the moment for the flag. Carlton, can they get it done when the pressure's on? I don't know. You know, Essendon, I think, will falter. Geelong's going well. Can they do it? I know they're old, but, you know, sometimes they bring their A game. Sometimes they bring their, you know, their D game. Don't know. Port Adelaide, I can't see Port Adelaide. The Western Bulldogs, yeah, they're probably a good chance. They're in form, you know, but they've got to probably, you know, I mean, there's still a chance to make top 4 and get the second chance. And then, you know, and then there's Hawthorn, who's probably the most dangerous side to play in the competition at the moment, who's sitting, what are they sitting, 9th on the ladder? I think Hawthorn is sitting 9th. So, you know, if they get in, you know, if you got them and, I mean, imagine you got like Sydney, Brisbane, Fremantle, the Bulldogs, even Carlton, Geelong, did I say Hawthorn? If that rounds out the top 8, the games are going to be exceptional. It's going to be probably the best set of finals, I reckon. You know, I reckon that I've probably seen, because there's a lot of teams with a lot of, you know, they've all got a chance. They've all got a chance. So it should be pretty good. I don't know. I'm excited for the footy. It should be a cracker. It should be a cracker from now to the end of the home and away season, and then the final starting. Looking forward to that. Yeah. And you know, after then I'll just have to wait until the footy starts again. I don't know. I think the women's football could be starting soon. I'm pretty sure I heard the women's football is starting soon. If that's right, maybe I'll cover a couple of these games like that, if I can. Although I'm not sure if they're covered on KO, they might be covered on there. So I'm not sure whether they're going to be televised or that. I'm not 100% sure. I need to skip these ads. I don't want these ads in now. When the ads turned on and they were going to roll, so I just skipped the ads, so none of the good folk in here at the moment. Let's see an ad. My God. Anyway, that's about all I've got for. I've rambled on enough. Thanks everyone for coming in. Thanks Teddy. Enjoy the rest of your day. Halfway through the work day. Thanks Olivia for coming in before. Thanks Matthew for dropping in. Let's hope we get some more good football for the rest of the weekend. Thanks manager for coming in, saying hello. Appreciate that. Santa all. You're welcome. Bye. All right. Yeah, take it easy. I'm not sure who else is around the traps at the moment. Might have a wander around YT, see what's happening, or I'll just I don't know, grab a coffee or something and just relax for a little bit. That could be a good idea. Anyway, there we go. All good. All right, thanks folks for all coming in. Yeah, I'll end now. Appreciate it, and to all the 6 million people in the house and the few million that are in the BG. And we'll catch everyone tomorrow. As I said, I'm not sure whether I'll do a live tomorrow from the city, or I'll just concentrate on making a vlog while we scout locations for the photo shoot. We will see. I'm not sure. If not, I'll be back here 7:15 p.m. Melbourne time tomorrow night for the big match, Collingwood Carlton. Should be good. All right, thanks everyone for coming in. Thanks manager, and we will see everyone next time. Have a great evening, have a great afternoon, have a great morning wherever you are around the world, and good to see everyone again. All right folks, there we go. That's it. I'm done and dusted. See you all later. Ciao for now, Ling. And everyone, and we'll see you in the next live. Bye guys.